Celebrating 100 years. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Well, good morning. So it looks like tomorrow might be a little tricky, tonight and tomorrow, because of freezing rain as things begin to warm up a little bit before it turns around and gets cold all over again. But I would say today's pretty good. Nothing going on out there today. I keep hitting stop on this stuff, and it just doesn't stop, Davey. Oh, there it goes. The fifth time is the charm, they say. Well, good morning, and I wanted to start with you over there, Davey. What do you think about, there is a report out today about all of the injuries the Bills are looking at going into this weekend, and there are quite a few of them.
Oh, boy.
Their number one draft pick was
he got hurt with the ankle. I seen that.
Yeah. And then, of course, you have the kicker issue, and there's just a lot going into to this wild card playoff weekend.
If we don't have a kicker during the playoffs, we're going to have to go for a lot of 2-point conversions.
Yeah, I kind of feel like they're going to have to find somebody.
Well, they're not going to sign the Michael Badgley from the Colts at the release off the practice squad. There was a report that they were going to bring in the Giants kicker that got released. Jeff probably knows more about that guy.
Shoe?
Yeah.
The kid who kicked the ground?
Yeah.
Good name for a kicker.
Yeah. Was it Shoe? I got to see. I got to double check.
We are loaded today with a bunch to get to. There's a story with links in it.
Coup, not Shoe.
Coup. Story in it on our website here this morning at WIBX950.com. And how you can get tickets for Jimmy Fallon. Pretty easy. The link's right there. And there are, I believe tickets go from $38 to $77. $38 to $77, if that makes any sense. We'll talk to Dr. Hall this morning on the flu numbers, and they're high. We'll do that along with John Zogby in the 7 o'clock hour. The latest on President Trump and the Venezuela issue. And I'm not sure that this VP, now president of Venezuela, is going to be doing everything we want her to do. Although maybe Trump would like this. She arrested all of the reporters and confiscated their equipment. Trump maybe he'd be okay with that. Be like, well, maybe we should try that in the United States.
You're a terrible reporter. Failing company.
Only the bad ones. Only the ones that print bad stuff. Keith Redhead is the owner and brewer of Woodland Farm Brewery, and they're celebrating an anniversary. They're in today. Former mayor the current mayor, former
Is he a redhead?
That'd
be something, right?
Yeah, we'll have to see.
My
imagination would be Irish.
He's obviously started a very successful business for himself, but I would have to imagine the ribbing he took in high school if he's a redhead.
Yeah. Mark Butler, mayor of Newport, is coming in to talk about the new commercial they have produced, and we'll debut it here on the air for the big event coming up.
Is it family friendly?
It is. The big event that'll be happening at Waterfront Grill in Herkimer, the conference championship tailgate party. And Davey, some years we're in the middle of this, and most years, no Bills. This year, we hope that is not to be the case.
Yeah, but always the AFC Championship is always the last game, like at 6 o'clock before the party.
Yeah, can I give you my my little prediction on the Bills?
Okay.
While little it might be, I feel the Bills have a real opportunity to go all the way. This year seems to be open to anybody. Anybody could have a shot. But here's the problem the Bills are going to have. Tell me if I'm wrong. We're going to score a lot, but we're going to get a lot scored on us. And It's going to come right down to the wire. Every game will come right down to the wire, it seems.
With Josh Allen and James Cook doing either the winning touchdown?
Listen, those two are a great combination. As long as we can squeeze in keep a few receivers healthy. But the problem you're going to have is that defense is on and off. Sometimes they're really good. Sometimes they allow a lot of points to be scored.
I think this weekend with Jacksonville, it might actually. I'm who knows, but they're
Trevor Lawrence's
pesky, scrappy team, and they're more, I think, defensively strong than offensively strong. So I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But
the team you don't run against if the Bills keep on winning is the Houston Texans. They're playing phenomenal right now.
Well,
CJ Stroud is in the zone, and the Texas defense is like one of the top ranked 5 in the NFL. The Bills lost to them earlier in the season on that Thursday night game.
Well, I was reading something that said the team that no one wants is Buffalo.
Oh.
It's the team nobody wants, just because it's so unpredictable. And with Josh Allen, anything can happen. And he's had 3 moments this year where they were basically out of it, and he came back and really on his own shoulders just made it all happen, and they win the game. So I don't know. Then again, look what happened against the Eagles.
If you're Joe Brady or Sean McDermott, and it comes down to a last-second field goal, and there's no kicker, what the heck do you do?
They're going to have a kicker.
they're going to have. It's not like
somebody.
they're going to show up and there's just a shoe sitting on the bench. They're going to have somebody to kick the ball.
Who kicks? Somebody kicks.
The punter can kick. But
No. Beyond that, they have a.
Is it Ray Davis or Reggie?
It might
Gilliman?
be Davis. It might be Ray Davis, but they don't want to rely on that. They'll have somebody. But where is it? How good is that? That Prater was just an amazing find this year for the Bills. And I'm not sure he's going to make it this weekend. We'll see.
So, and Smitty, the point you made about the Texans may be true that the Bills don't want to play them. But if they do, it's their only chance at a home game. So,
it
would be a 6-7 matchup. But it's funny, Smitty, the way you're describing it is like a scene from a movie where it's like, roll out the field goal team, and everybody looks around.
We don't have a kicker.
Where's the kicker? And then someone comes out of the tunnel. Unknown. Maybe it's the Undertaker.
Fog.
The Undertaker comes out to kick field goals.
Lights are down. Maybe some strobe lights, some fog.
It'd be like saying Syracuse coming out tonight against Georgia Tech, and where's Adrian Autry? They missed the bus, and the assistants are not there. And out comes Jim Boeheim, the coach of the Syracuse Orangemen, one more time.
All right. Let's see some comments already this morning. Mike says, I think Trump could have done a better job messaging on Venezuela. If he said we want to help the people of Venezuela by getting them to transition from a drug nation to an oil nation, that would help all people in the country and the world. Instead, it was almost like a kid in a candy store that couldn't wait to get the gobstoppers. Right? It's like, look at those. Yellow and purple and green. They look so delicious. That's why we're here. Good point there, Mike, and a whole bunch of other comments we can get into as well here this morning.
So Lance sent a message yesterday at the end of the show. I don't get it though. I don't understand what he was talking about. Let's see here. There's a comment about Prime Rib Joe. I don't know what that is.
I saw that yesterday, too, and I don't know what it is in reference to. A couple of stories. Pennsylvania woman is accused of running over her boyfriend with a car after they got into an argument at Taco Bell. Whatever happened to the days when the boyfriend's driving away and the girlfriend just throws a golf club through the back window? Isn't that how Tiger...
that was the Tiger Woods, yeah.
Tiger thing? No, instead, she gets in the car and tries to drive him over. The whole incident was caught on security camera. The man walked away with scratches and road rash. Here's the 12-year-old witness, along with the Upper Darby Police Department, Timothy Bernhardt, talking about what went down and how the whole thing happened.
I just hear a crash, and I look outside, and he's on the floor. The car is destroyed from the front end. If we didn't have this truck, he would have been not alive.
He got out of the vehicle, did the right thing. He knew the tempers were flaring, got out of the vehicle and walked away. Unfortunately, we've seen a lot of domestic violence incidents in the past month. It's a tough time of year. I've said it before. I ask everyone to take a deep breath, stay calm, walk away.
I just don't want to go near walking there because I always go to Taco Bell to get a drink, and I don't want to walk it there anymore.
Yeah. The little boy said if you were riding a horse like we were, you wouldn't have to worry about this. Pennsylvania, I just assume.
On a more serious note,
little accent there.
Every time he goes to Taco Bell, he's probably going to associate with that incident.
That incident,
right?
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Could you imagine that, seeing a horse and buggy in a drive-thru? I'll take a number 7 with cinnamon twists.
I think you see. I think it's not something that's never been seen. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
Pennsylvania's Hershey. Okay, so they steal our idea and come up with big numbers, but maybe you'd expect it because it's an AHL team. Pennsylvania's Hershey Bears did their annual teddy bear toss over the weekend, and it gets publicity. They did 82,000 teddy bears, though.
Holy Toledo.
Pretty impressive. They threw 82,000 bears, and here's what it sounded like there.
On the line, Belpedio shot. They score! Sweet Connolly Mayhem! It's a sky full of stuffies! It's the teddy bear toss magic in Hershey!
Release the Bears. Unbelievable sight here, just watching all these things fly to the ice.
I mean, we've been doing it with Gary Heenan and New York Sash for
22 years?
Like 22 years. And they weren't the first. There was a team doing it somewhere, I think, in Canada. That was pretty successful with it, but year after year we sell out, and they do, 5,000-6,000 teddy bears. 82,000 is a tough one to break.
Yeah, that's very hard. If I'm not mistaken, Plattsburgh used to do something with tennis balls. I could be wrong. I don't remember the actual reason. There was a reason for it, but they didn't collect them and go to charity. But can you play that clip again? What does he say? A sky full of stuffies? That's what he said. A sky full of stuffies.
Stuffies.
On the line, Belpedio shot. They score! Sweet Connolly Mayhem! It's a sky full of stuffies!
I think
Is it possible that's from a movie or something? I don't know.
I
guess it is
really
possible.
cheesy. I'm sorry.
In the world's
Holy
oldest...
Cuddly Mayhem, a sky full of stuffies.
The world's, that is something that he really planned.
Yes.
Right, he worked on that one. The world's oldest Twinkie is turning 50. A chemistry teacher in Maine opened it in 1976 after a student asked how long they would last. It's been sitting in the class case there in the school for decades. Now 50 years. Here is a retired science teacher, Roger Benatti, talking about the Twinkie that's still there.
One of my students just happened to ask me, well, how long would a Twinkie last? And I said, well, let's do an experiment. So I gave the student a couple of dollars, asked the student to go down to Merrill & Hinckley's and pick up a package of Twinkies. I basically unripped the package, ate one of the Twinkies, and then put the other package up on the chalkboard. I basically say the Twinkie has become much like me. It's older, it's grayer, and it's more flaky, but it's become more brittle, so you can no longer take it, you wouldn't want to whack it on a table because you'd probably shatter the Twinkie.
I wish they had two of them just so that you could really whack one on the table and see what would really happen.
Right. I love how he said, too, he gave a student a couple of dollars. If it was 50 years ago, you could have bought a whole box for a couple of dollars.
Probably bought them for the whole classroom. All right, we're going to save this one. We can all eat these. Maybe that's what happened. Ryan Schmelz is with Fox News Radio on the line right now. Ryan, good morning.
Good morning.
So a bit of a rare moment of defiance coming from Congress right now as they seem to be attempting to possibly override a couple of Trump vetoes. What do we know about this? And Congress gets back to a very busy time right now this week.
Well, the one you're referencing could probably be the water bill that Lauren Boebert was actually a sponsor of. It relates to a new water project in Colorado that was bipartisan. She has criticized the move by President Trump to veto the bill, but it looks like there is going to be a vote on those bills this week in a kind of a rare rebuke of President Trump in many ways.
And I do think the thought is that this was vetoed by the president because she voted to release the Epstein files. I mean, that's surmising. That's what everybody is basically thinking happened here, because there really is no other reason why the president would veto this. It seemed to be something that both sides unanimously were all good with. So we'll see where that goes. But what's the rest of the week look like? There's a lot going on.
Well, we did get the bill text for the next three appropriations bills drop yesterday. that would fund like Department of Commerce, a couple other agencies, probably not the most divisive ones. But regardless, they are part of funding the government. So if they pass these next three, they'll have 3 done, and then they'll be, ma'am, that way. Go that way. Use stations that way.
That's great. That's all right. We're with you. That's all right. Help her out.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
Did she reply, I know, but who are you? Is that what I heard?
Well, I'll tell you later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sounds like, well, it's late in the night. It's 6:35 in the morning. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, where were we? Yeah. Oh, the Obamacare may come up as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Obamacare tax credits are going to be probably one of the big. Okay, this woman's harassing me. Let me call you guys back.
Okay, all right. Okay,
that's hilarious.
Isn't that awful? I love it. I mean, isn't that wonderful?
You can hear her the second time.
Yeah, she's coming back at him. Holy moly!
Oh boy!
All right, Manaski does news. 6:35 at WIBX. That's WIBX.
Good morning, Bill. Cloudy skies, 24 degrees. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time is 6:36. I'm going to say this wrong, Bill. You're going to have to help me. Venezuela has a new leader today. Is it Delcy? Delcy Rodriguez.
I don't have her name lodged into my head, and I don't see it in front of me, but I think you have it right.
Delcy Rodriguez, the former vice president, was sworn in as head of state Monday after the U.S. capture and removal of Nicolas Maduro to face criminal charges in New York. Rodriguez, an ally of Maduro, condemned the U.S. military action and referred to Maduro and his wife as heroes being held hostage. President Trump has said the administration will work with Rodriguez for now, provided she meet U.S. demands. Democrats on the House Judiciary Committee are out with 2 new reports about the aftermath of the January 6th Capitol riot 5 years ago. The committee looked at the 1,600 people pardoned by President Trump for their participation in that day's events. At least 33 of them have been convicted, charged, or arrested for crimes since, including child sexual assault, production of child pornography, possession of child pornography, rape, conspiracy to commit murder, and several more charges. The Corporation for Public Broadcasting is no more. It was announced Monday that the board had voted to dissolve the organization, citing the loss of federal funding and sustained political attacks. The corporation held for nearly 60 years and helped fund educational and cultural programming, including many PBS shows like Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, Frontline, Nova, and Masterpiece. And a documentary, boy, they cashed in on this. A documentary on the making of the final season of Stranger Things is now coming to Netflix.
Yeah.
One Last Adventure, the making of Stranger Things 5, will be released on January 12th. Just in case you thought you weren't going to get your Stranger Things fix anymore, they got a new thing to roll out for you, and it's coming to Netflix.
I think with all this hype, I think we're going to watch it. I kind of gave up after one of the seasons. We were there in the beginning, and then the second season, then I was like, But this one seems to be something worth watching. All right, quick forecast, and we'll talk to Ryan here on WIBX.
Winter weather advisory, Oneida County. That's later this afternoon through 11 o'clock tomorrow morning for mixed precipitation. So there may be some light icing in some spots and some slippery conditions overnight on into tomorrow morning's commute. Rain showers this afternoon with some spotty freezing rain, especially in the North Country. We'll be at about 34. Tonight, rain and freezing rain around as we drop to near 30 degrees, maybe a tenth of an inch of ice accumulating. Tomorrow, some rain and snow showers around. Eventually, in the morning, it may actually become all snow with a high in the upper 30s and then falling a bit. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stidgick, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Right now, cloudy and 24 at 6:39.
I think this is our January thaw, right? We're getting some thawing.
Maybe.
Going on here. Ryan Schmell is back here with us. Okay, everything all right? Is she okay? Are you okay?
Well, I think she was saying that she was going to storm the Capitol today on the anniversary of January 6th, but I don't know if she'll have much luck doing that.
That is, I'd forgotten that today is 1/6. Yeah, January 6th. Wow.
Yes.
We'll keep an eye out
for her, but
we'll keep an eye out. See if she ends up in the news today. Okay. So talking about funding deadline, Obamacare, of course, and all of that. Stranger Things. Yeah, all of that happening. So.
Yeah. Well, I will say, I was somebody who was a little out on the show after season 3. I thought it was the weakest season. But then
I agree.
After season 4, I got addicted to it again. So,
okay.
I would say just watch season 4 and you'll be back into it.
All right, I will need that because it was the same thing. It was season 3. I'm like, wow, this. I think we got through a couple of episodes.
It was still good. It was still good. It just wasn't as good as the rest of the show.
Yeah. Have you seen The Pit?
No, I'm not. I'm very behind on TV right now.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Then don't look at it because watching The Pit will depress the hell out of you. It's about an emergency room and it's graphic and it's intense, so don't watch it.
Yeah.
Ryan, you dated yourself, by the way. You dated yourself. You said you're very behind on TV. It's not called TV anymore. It's streaming. It's the streaming world.
Guess. Yeah.
You're having everybody's giving it to Ryan this morning. He's having a tough morning.
What do you think? Do you think there's a fix to the Obamacare issue?
Well, we'll have a vote today, and the reason why we're going to have a vote is because you have people like Mike Lawler and some other Republicans who kind of defected and signed on to a discharge petition to vote on a 3-year extension of the Obamacare tax credits. Now, of course, that has no chance of passing the Senate. So I think that issue is still, for the most part, up in limbo.
Okay. Interesting to see, though, there is some, for the first time, we're seeing a bit of resistance on the Republican side to, and really all this stems from the Epstein files to President Trump. So we'll see how far that goes. So far, it's been zero success for those, at least Stefanik and Marjorie Taylor Greene, those who have tried. So we'll see where it goes.
Tried what? Tried what in terms of defying Trump?
Well, to defy, yes, to defy, and that just doesn't work.
Stefanik, I wouldn't put Stefanik in that category. I mean, she's still going to be at the top of the list whenever a cabinet position opens as a possible nominee. I don't think that relationship is really strained. Certainly, she had her disagreements with Susie Wiles because she was becoming a little annoying to the administration, which we reported exclusively, but at the same time, that wasn't exactly the reason why she lost her position with the UN. And I still think she has a solid relationship with President Trump, and she's not exactly done for just yet.
Being the fact that we've followed her very, very carefully up here, and there was a lot more going on as well with the county chairs all bickering and arguing on which candidate would replace her. It became just a debacle. But one of the things, though, that the fact that President Trump didn't come out and endorse her, you would think after everything she's given up that endorsing her for governor would have been the move, but he refused to do that, and I think it's worth reading something into that.
And that's still the mystery behind this whole thing: is why did he not endorse her initially for governor? I mean, look, hey, some might say there may have been a strategic move there in terms of that. Yes, President Trump is fairly popular in New York and did very well for the most part, for a Republican at least, in the presidential election. She was going to have to court a lot of Democrats and a good amount of independents. And, maybe President Trump staying out of the race was the wise move, because if President Trump stays out of the race, and this is just kind of from a strategy standpoint I've heard from people.
I agree 100% with this strategy.
If he stays out of the race, she's able to keep it a local election.
Yes.
If he jumps in, Kathy Hochul is able to make it into a national election keep it as much about New York as possible and as little about Donald Trump and as little about the federal government as possible.
Yep.
That may have been the move there. But now President Trump has endorsed, but he's also endorsed a candidate who has a way less likely chance of winning. As people view that compared to Stefanik did.
Yeah, I completely agree with that strategy. Which is why a moderate Republican would have a far better chance in New York with the way everything.
And you
looks.
saw. I mean, go back to what was it? It was 2014, 2016, 2018. But 2018, okay, Republicans have a rough election cycle. They lose control of the House. They lose numerous governor's mansions. But you still see Larry Hogan, Phil Scott, Chris Sununu, and Charlie Baker, all Republicans, all representing, outside of Sununu, fairly blue to purple states, in some cases deep blue states, and all those governors won by substantial margins. They blew out their Democratic opponents in deep blue states, and none of those guys were Trump loyalists.
Right.
They were Republicans.
Yeah.
So, you definitely can see Republicans having success in states like New York, but, sometimes maybe not having Donald Trump as involved in those races might be the wise move.
Well, listen, it's been an eventful day with you, Ryan, today. I've really enjoyed it. And
quite a lot before 6:50, right?
A lot going on. We'll keep an eye on the news, and you have a wonderful day. Thanks so much.
Hey, thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Ryan Schmelz with Fox News Radio. We'll see if she follows through on her threat to storm the Capitol today. My guess is she's doing it alone, and she won't fare all that well. Just a guess, a hunch. Quick break, and we'll come right back at WIBX.
Tallman's Tire and Auto Service. Family owned and operated since 1980, Tallman's is proud to provide trusted professional auto care to our community. From brake repairs and New York State inspections to check engine light diagnostic to four-wheel alignments, Tallman's Tire and Auto Service accept all aftermarket warranties, and they specialize in fleet vehicles, accepting all fleet maintenance programs. When your vehicle needs attention, you can count on them to get you back on the road quickly and safely. Save time and money. Schedule your appointment today at tallmanstire.com.
Some of the best rock you've ever heard is coming to the Rome Capitol Theater. Witness two amazing tributes on one stage. One Wild Night, the ultimate Bon Jovi experience. And The Best Shot, the Pat Benatar experience. It's all happening January 17th with Best Shot on stage at 7:30 p.m. and One Wild Night at 9 p.m. Get your tickets now at RomeCapital.com. Presented by Entertainment Services.
Don't overpay for your next mattress at Mattress Express. With our guaranteed lowest price program, we will beat any locally advertised price on a mattress we carry, and within 90 days of purchase, if you see it advertised for less, bring it to our attention and we will refund the difference.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care, and here's why. This time of year is decision time for a lot of people. But it's also when you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For many families, joining MediShare means saving about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people. More than 1 million people are now part of healthcare sharing because it just makes so much sense, especially right now. And MediShare is the gold standard. Members like it a lot. We know this from member surveys. MediShare has been around for over 30 years. It is a proven thing. And if you join before January 15th and you mention the promo code SHARE, they'll waive your application fee, so you save $100 right off the bat. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just call. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. And again, the deadline is January 15th, so call now. You'll save even more. Here's the number, 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
Sniffles and sneezes got you down? GoodRx is here to help with big savings on commonly prescribed cold and flu meds. GoodRx is free and easy to use. GoodRx is accepted at all major pharmacies like CVS, Walmart, and Walgreens. Just search your prescription, find a coupon, then show your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx is not insurance, but it works whether you have insurance or not. If you do, GoodRx may beat your copay price. Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com to save today.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Hey, portions of the program brought to you by River Hills Properties, and they continue to grow. River Hills, of course, it's a different style. It's all about service. And from the very beginning, when you list your home or even decide to list your home, River Hills is there. And they basically become a team member for you and your family with the selling of the home or the property. And it really does take a lot of the workload off your shoulders, takes away so much of that stress. And they are fully committed and embedded in upstate New York, properties in Barneyville, Little Falls, in Utica, Copenhagen, offices, I should say, in Copenhagen to the north, and Utica, Newport, and coming soon to the city of Rome. And for those interested, they have a full team of real estate agents, including our man Andrew Dominio in Florida, the West Coast, the Gulf Coast side of Florida, Sarasota, Naples, and Marco Island. So they have you covered here and there. Nobody sells homes like River Hills Properties. Call them today at 315-896-1009. What do I have? I got a bunch to get to here. I think I will give that Stranger Things a try with season 4.
So I was...
And then pick it up here.
The first season I was hooked in. I'm not a huge sci-fi guy.
I'm not either.
Was hooked in, and then, I don't know, I think I started season 2, and it was moving slower, and I didn't want the time commitment. Can I just tell you, my son is like an A1 fan of this, and...
Of Stranger Things, yeah.
I have to give them credit the way they rolled things out. I think it's a little bit much. I guess I could offer some criticism as well.
Well, you would think they were owned by Disney, the way everything is rolling out, along with merchandise, along with events, and the whole 9 yards. It's pretty wild. Today,
right here, so the 12th, it's the 12th. It's the One Last Adventure, the making of Stranger Things 5. So if you're just joining us and you're still looking for your Stranger Things fix, it's coming out next week, next Monday.
Today is National Take Down Your Christmas Tree Day.
Is it?
Yeah. We had people on our street. I thought this was really spectacular. Like, how organized must you be? You got to be really organized. Like, on our street, Christmas Day looked... Everybody had lights up and trees in the window and the whole, it was quite a celebration.
Yeah.
And then came Christmas morning, Christmas the day after Christmas, 6 a.m. the day after Christmas. There were people on our street that had their trees, the decorations put away and their trees sitting out in the snowbank.
On to the next thing, huh?
The very next day. I mean, that's organized. I wish I was as organized. And I'm like everybody else. Leave it till, here we are, January 6th. Today is the day they say most people take down their Christmas tree.
Yeah, I thought I was late still having mine up. It seems like people do get it. They get it out quicker. It was
live
2
trees.
days.
You may get rid of them a little quicker because maybe you had it after Thanksgiving and you're worried it's gotten too dry. So that can certainly be an issue.
Christmas was what, Thursday?
It was.
Saturday, yeah. I was in a store that had taken all, of course they had taken all
Valentine's Day stuff.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, crazy. Let's see. Did you put the YouTube video of a burning fireplace on your TV during the holidays?
No, I've wanted to, though.
The person who posted that back in 2016 has made more than $1 million from ad revenue.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
Yes, I can.
That was the first person to do it. And it racked over 157 million views. The channel doesn't abide by YouTube's rule to have at least 3 uploads to even be considered for its partner program. However, that rule came into effect in 2023. So this 2016 channel should not be subjected to it.
It's been grandfathered in.
It's been grandfathered in. And as a result... They have made over $1 million.
So it's a simple Yuletide burning, right? Just a log burning.
It is just a log. It's a fireplace.
Yeah, it sets this mood for
the original is no music. Some will have music playing while the fireplace goes. This is a crackling sound of the fire.
Does heat come out too, or no?
I don't think so.
No, it does not.
I don't think.
But no, I've seen that. I think that helps set the mood, especially if you pop that up on a big screen TV. Looks like you have a giant fireplace, and I think it can set the mood for the in December especially.
At our house on Christmas Day, we had it up, and then everybody came in. They were like, "What? What is this? This isn't football."
Yeah, exactly.
Football is
right?
Christmas. What are you doing?
Put the football game on.
That's Christmas. A Florida man was arrested for allegedly pretending to be a mailman and stealing from multiple mailboxes. Here is some of the initial interrogation when officers first arrested the man. Sean Cronin is his name. Here's audio.
You want to explain to me why you were sticking your hand in mailboxes? This is your bike? What's in there?
Bunch of mail.
Bunch of mail from what? The mailboxes that are open?
All over the place.
All over the place.
Right, you can get a lot of stuff.
When you say he was pretending to be a mailman, I assume he went the extra mile. He had the powder blue pants on. He had the jacket on with the eagle head. He looked like a mailman.
Yeah.
Here's the giveaway.
Yeah.
Did you hear the cop? Well, what do you have in your bicycle here? Postal office folks don't run around on bicycles. They have those big trucks. They look like they came out of the movie It's Raining Meatballs or something like that.
I'm shocked by the number of electric postal vehicles there are out there, even in the rural areas.
Are those ones with the giant windshield?
Yeah, I don't know
that
how
looks
they
like
do it.
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. The truck in that vehicle.
Does. And they're going into rural areas like up hills and carrying mail. I don't know how they're doing it. Postal. Can I stay with the postal service?
Yes, let's.
Postal worker in Florida has been arrested after trying to run a 10-year-old on a scooter off the road in his mail truck. He thought the kid was a porch pirate, but apparently the child was just trying to bring a wrongfully delivered package to the correct address. This is another area where I'm not sure I would send my kid to return a package today. You never know. You get somebody that thinks you're stealing, and you get some crazy guy, pulls out a gun and shoots him. That stuff has happened. Here's Captain Jason King from the police department explaining what went down.
This isn't just a simple oops crash with a 10-year-old in the road. This is an intentional act by a United States postal worker. You know, it's amazing what a small conversation would do in a situation rather than jumping straight to your use of force, or putting your hands on somebody, or just really escalating the situation way past where it should have been. It's a 10-year-old on a scooter. It's not a normal porch pirate running up snatching packages that you just dropped off.
Yeah, you kind of have to read the room a little bit.
Yeah, and not only that, but if it was me, right? Let's say somebody in their 40s is a porch pirate, you still can't run them over.
No, you still can't. No, you're right.
He tried doing it to a 10-year-old?
And I want to stick with your Stranger Things topic here this morning. Stranger Things, there are people that believe that because David Bowie's classic song Heroes plays, now fans think another episode is coming out tomorrow based on their own conformity gate theory. They think it's a big surprise. There's another episode coming out, and it's going to shock the world.
Is this the latest from QAnon?
I believe it might be. This is the audio.
What does this song have to do with it, though?
I have no idea. This is the song Heroes by David Bowie. I don't know. Maybe somebody will figure that out. I don't know. My guess is that the documentary about the making of Season 5 that you're talking about, which comes out Monday, is what is coming out. But wouldn't it be something if that a whole episode, they were able to keep it quiet, and it's coming out tomorrow, and it's a huge surprise. I mean, that would be something I don't think that's ever been done before. An animal rescuer in Maryland named Amy Creel is in the news after a few Amazon boxes that expected showed up in her doorstep last month. She went on social media and asked people to donate food and other pet supplies for Christmas. The internet came through, and she got a ton delivered. I don't have time to hear Amy talk about it, but I'll just tell you she was really excited.
I'm sure she was.
Nervous on what in the hell I'm going to do with all these packages. All right, we have news coming up next at WIBX.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
What do you want me to do now, Davey? If I play it now, it's going to be going over, so you have to remove those spots. Surprisingly, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. And we're back. On the Phil Stern Show. Hey, an animal rescuer, Manaski, in Maryland named Amy Creel is in the news. She had asked for help from Amazon people to send, food and toys and all things for animals.
Somebody was just telling me about this story.
Yes, and the internet came through, and it turns out she ended up getting a ton of packages, so much more than she ever expected. Here she is talking about the massive delivery.
He said, you need to come home right now. He said, Amazon delivery. I said, that happens all the time. He said, no, I don't think you understand. You need to come home right now. It was dog food and treats and toys and beds and anything you can imagine for dogs. We were totally blown away.
Because now you have to kind of figure out what am I going to do with all of this stuff, right?
For sure.
So there you go. Coming up next hour, we'll speak with Dr. Kent Hall, and the flu numbers are big right now. So Dr. Hall is coming up. Also, John Zogby.
WIBX Utica Road, W295 From the WB Pain Insurance Studios, your news talk leader since 1925. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now the latest from Fox News.
Same briefing, different reaction. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. To what the Secretaries of War and State and others told congressional leaders in private last night about Saturday's operation that captured Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro and his wife. Fox's Gernal Scott has more.
House Speaker Mike Johnson said it was all justified.
This is not a regime change. This is a demand for change of behavior by a regime.
But the Senate Minority Leader, Chuck Schumer, says he still has more questions than answers, describing any plan to run Venezuela as
vague, based on wishful thinking, and unsatisfying.
All House lawmakers and senators will get a briefing tomorrow. Maduro remains jailed in Brooklyn, New York, the morning after, as Fox's Madeline Rivera reports, he pleaded not guilty to narco-terrorism, drug and weapons charges in federal court.
Saying, my name is President Nicolas Maduro Moros, president of Venezuela. I am here kidnapped. I was captured at my home in Caracas, Venezuela. I am innocent. I am not guilty. I am a decent human. But Attorney General Pam Bondi says the Maduros are responsible for many deaths and should face justice.
We know that this monster released countless defendants, prisons, insane asylums into our country. It's not just about drugs.
Ukraine's president's just arrived in Paris for a meeting between the U.S. and our allies trying to stop Russia's war, focused on security guarantees for Ukraine that American ambassador to NATO Matt Whitaker tells Fox
frees up the Ukrainians and President Zelensky to go and make the final deal as part of the 20-point plan with Russia. And so, we're really very far down the road.
Opening statements will be this morning in Texas in the first trial after the 2022 massacre at Uvalde Elementary School. Former school police officer Adrian Gonzalez charged with child endangerment and abandonment. It took law enforcement over an hour to breach the classroom to finally kill the gunman who had murdered 19 students and 2 teachers. America's listening to Fox News.
Welcome to the most wonderful time of the year, when millions of Americans open their credit card statements, scream in terror, and start looking for new ways to save money. If that's you, why not cut your wireless bill in half with a saver plan from Pure Talk? You'll get unlimited talk, text, and 3 gigs of high-speed data on a super-fast 5G network for just $20 a month. Ho, ho, ho. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team will help you switch in minutes. Again, talk, text, and data for just $20 a month.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-486-9600. That's 800-486-9600.
The same day, captured Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro pleaded not guilty in federal court in New York City to narco-terrorism and other charges. Similar pleas were entered in a different terror case in California in a foiled New Year's Eve bomb plot.
30-year-old Audrey Carroll and 32-year-old Zachary Aaron Page pleading not guilty to one count of providing and attempting to provide material support to terrorists, one count of possession of unregistered firearms, and one count of conspiracy to use a weapon of mass destruction. 41-year-old Tina Lay pleading not guilty days prior. And a fourth defendant, 24-year-old Dante Anthony Gaffield, will enter his plea later this month. The group, all from Los Angeles County, were arrested in December, accused of plotting to set off bombs in Southern California on New Year's Eve as part of a far-left, anti-capitalist and anti-government group. The criminal trials for Carroll, Page, and Lay are set to begin on February 17th. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
There is a person of interest in a double murder case in Ohio.
Surveillance video shows someone walking near the home in Columbus where a couple was murdered. Their head down, hands in their pockets, their face not visible. Spencer and Monique Tepe were found shot to death the morning of December 30th. He was a dentist. A co-worker called police to check the home when he didn't come to work or respond to calls. No one answered the door. Officers returned when a friend called to report hearing children inside, then finding Spencer Tepe dead near a bed. Detectives believe the couple had been shot sometime between 2 and 5 a.m. The couple's children, 1 and 4 years old, and the family dog are with relatives. Chris Foster, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed the day after the Dow's record high close. There's a new champion in college football.
4th down in overtime. They bring pressure. Lamson throws. End zone. Caught! Touchdown!
That tied the game, and then Montana State won it on ESPN, kicking the extra point, beating Illinois State 35-34 for the championship subdivision title, the level below the top schools. Those college football playoff semifinals will be played Thursday, Friday. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
Mostly cloudy skies, 24 degrees. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaski. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time is 7:05. We have a winter weather advisory that will take effect at 4 this afternoon and continue until 11 tomorrow morning. That includes northern and southern Oneida counties, Herkimer County, but does not include Madison County. We'll take a closer look at your forecast coming up. The concern is more ice and mixed precipitation than snow this time around. Sadly, a local school bus driver has passed away after suffering a serious medical emergency behind the wheel. State police say the 49-year-old driver, whose name has not yet been released, worked for the Rome City School District and suffered cardiac arrest at the intersection of routes 31 and 365 in Verona. The bus veered off the road and came to rest in a snowbank. No students were on the bus at the time of the accident. A second bus driver and a bus aide were on board attempting to stop the bus and assist the driver. Unfortunately, those attempts were unsuccessful. The Utica Zoo is announcing the opening of a brand new exhibit for visitors. The zoo welcoming 2 female domestic yaks named Shaharia and Sonali. They can be found within the Asian realm along the boardwalk. Officials say winter is the best time to check this exhibit out because yaks are used to weather conditions similar to what we experience this time of year. The zoo is open 7 days a week. You can get more information at uticazoo.org. After a big snowstorm, the highway supervisor in Sandy Creek urging patience as cleanup continues after that massive lake effect storm that hit over the last several days in parts of New York State. He says crews are still trying to get rid of several feet of precipitation that fell over his community over several days. The town is already using 2 loaders, a tractor, and an excavator to clean out streets and dozens of fire hydrants. Residents are asked to make sure that their mailboxes are not at risk of being damaged during those removal efforts. And a Utica man will spend 5 years in state prison after he was sentenced in connection with an arson at a convenience store in Oneida Square back in 2023. Ronald Rickard pleaded guilty to attempted arson. He originally faced charges of attempted arson and attempted assault. No one was injured in the incident, and again, he was sentenced Monday in Oneida County Court. Your WIBX Weather Center forecast is brought to you by CSEA. The CSEA community spans the state, yet CSEA unites your voice. One voice for fair wages. One voice for vital benefits and secure futures. CSEA. One voice for many.
Winter weather advisory, Oneida County. That's later this afternoon through 11 o'clock tomorrow morning for mixed precipitation. So there may be some light icing in some spots and some slippery conditions overnight on into tomorrow morning's commute. Rain showers this afternoon with some spotty freezing rain, especially in the North Country. We'll be at about 34. Tonight, rain and freezing rain around as we drop to near 30 degrees, maybe a tenth of an inch of ice accumulating. Tomorrow, some rain and snow showers around. Eventually, in the morning, it may actually become all snow with a high in the upper 30s and then falling a bit. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stitchick, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Right now, cloudy skies, 24 degrees at 7:09. All right, Black Monday in the NFL. The Raiders officially on the clock for the first pick of the draft, and Pete Carroll officially off the clock. Vegas firing Pete Carroll after just one season at 3-14. He wasn't the only one let go yesterday. The 74-year-old Super Bowl winning coach was signed to a 3-year deal last January, but again, only made it one season in Vegas. The Cardinals look for a new head coach. They fired Jonathan Gannon, and the Browns let go Kevin Stefanski yesterday after a 5-12 record this past season. There are reports that Stefanski is set to meet with the Giants about their opening at head coach. The Giants also in the news because they say they are keeping Joe Schoen. It was confirmed by owners John Mara and Steve Tisch yesterday. According to ESPN, as I mentioned, Stefanski expected to speak with them about that head coaching position. In the NBA, the Knicks blown out by the Pistons 121-90 last night in Detroit. The Nets will host the Magic coming up tomorrow. And the Utica Comets back at the Adirondack Bank Center tomorrow night. Bill, they will take on Springfield, a 7 o'clock start. The the Comets starting 2026 with a point streak. So hope to keep it going tomorrow.
Good way to get things started for the new year.
Absolutely.
In Syracuse tonight, Georgia Tech on the road, ACC Network, 7 o'clock.
7 p.m. That's not a bad time, right?
The Orange are 9-5.
You'll be seeing a lot of Bojangles commercials probably.
Okay, that's exactly right. I think on the ACC Network, you're right. All right, I wanted to get a flu update, if we could, with Dr. Kent Hall. The numbers are up there, and in some cases, they're saying these are higher numbers than we've had in years. Dr. Hall, good morning and Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year and good morning. And yeah, flu is running rampant now. I will tell you that all the hospitals in the area, whether it's Oneida or Rome or the Wynn, are being inundated with patients, many of them related to patients coming in with flu-like symptoms. So, this is having a significant impact on not only on flu and on patients who are coming in with those symptoms, but also because there are so many patients, all the hospitals are being overwhelmed in terms of the numbers of patients that they need to take care of, and therefore it's having an impact on other patients coming in as well. So my request to everybody is that, if you are having, flu-related symptoms, runny nose, sore throat, mild cough, but you're not, no serious symptoms in terms of very high fever or, very short of breath or anything like that, I would suggest that you are better off staying home and taking care of yourself. If you are having those severe symptoms, if you are having, like I said, high fever, if you feel like you're getting dehydrated, you're not able to keep fluids down or food down or anything, then yes, definitely go to the hospital because that's the best place for you. But, otherwise, taking care of yourself is probably the best thing that you can do, not only for you, but also for the rest of the community.
So with the flu, and I know 3 people who got the flu, all of whom had the flu vaccine or the flu shot. Is that what we call it? The flu shot. And so that's not uncommon, right? And they're saying that this year they didn't they weren't as successful as they have been in other years to pinpoint this flu. However, by getting the flu shot, it could lessen your symptoms. What is the truth out of all of this?
Yeah, so there is truth in all of those things. The specifics are that the flu vaccine this year actually does fairly well match the flu types that are circulating. So that's a good thing. However, because of a bump up in one subtype that happened toward the end of the flu season in the Southern Hemisphere, and remember, it takes about 3 to 6 months for us to actually, identify and then make enough flu vaccines. So we're dealing with information that may be several months old. Toward the end, there was a subclad, which is a subcategory of the flu that started to circulate that actually became slightly more transmissible. So it was more easily sent from one person to another and had similar symptoms. It wasn't less symptoms, it was similar symptoms. And therefore there has been, the flu vaccine does not specifically target that subclad. And because of that, there is we are seeing more flu cases.
Okay.
That doesn't mean that you shouldn't get the flu vaccine. If you haven't gotten it yet, even though it's January, if you haven't gotten it yet, I still strongly encourage people to get the flu vaccine. Because it does protect you does offer protection from from having more severe disease and needing to be hospitalized, things like that. It's not 100%. It's not a panacea, but it is. But it does offer protection, and so it is important. That basically we have to use every tool in our toolbox, and that's one of the tools.
Can you have the flu and not have? Because there are a lot of people that have been sick and they've not gone in to have it tested because their symptoms, while bad, are not life-threatening. So at least 2 people that I know have not gone to see their doctor. So they don't know if it's the flu, but they didn't really run a temperature. Could that be something else, or could that also be the flu?
So it could be something else, or it could be the flu. Again, without specific testing, it's very difficult to know for sure.
Yeah.
But I think that is, I would say, a good strategy. You have a respiratory illness, whatever it is, whether it's the flu, whether it's one of the 20+ viruses that causes what we call the common cold. Even if it's COVID, and it's a mild version of COVID, or a mild case of COVID, that's okay. Taking care of yourself, in terms of making sure you're staying hydrated, taking Tylenol or ibuprofen to keep your body aches down and your temperature down, and you can take care of yourself, and you're staying away from other people so you're not transmitting it or decreasing the chance of transmitting it. That's an okay strategy. It is not, and then that saves the healthcare system, whether it's going to your doctor's office, who are, by the way, doctor's offices, primary care offices are also being overwhelmed with people. And so, telling people, if you're not an extremist, then the best thing to do is to stay at home and do the things that we all know are best, so that to strengthen your immune system, so that it can then fight off whatever the virus is that is inside your body.
Okay. I wanted to ask you your thoughts. Let's see. There's the flu. Have you seen? I'm asking everybody this now. Have you seen The Pit?
Oh, yes.
Okay. I figured, like me, if there's a series out there that's about radio, I got to check that out, because it's our world. My thoughts are the same for you. If you see something that's about an emergency room, and that's what you've done in your life, you're going to watch that. So you did. What are your thoughts?
So I think that is an excellent example of life in the emergency room. There is some over embellishment. It's not like that happens every day,
right?
Okay,
right.
Or every hour of every day. On the one hand, on the other hand, and there are some things like the example of the interactions between the medical director, who's played by Noah Weil, and the hospital administrator, who actually has my job, my prior job, is a little over the top in terms of showing an antagonism.
Yeah.
But beyond that, but I think that's licensed because you need to have kind of a foil and things like that.
Sure.
So that's fine. Plus, there is an emphasis from hospitals in general on wanting to make sure that their patient satisfaction scores are good. And so, going down to the emergency department and telling somebody in the middle of a big shift that hey, you're not doing this. No, that would never happen. That would never happen with me, anyways.
Yeah.
There's usually it is very realistic, especially for this is set in Pittsburgh, and for a large urban level 1 trauma center, major hospital in an urban area. I can remember when I was doing academic work in Cincinnati and in Milwaukee and in Kansas City. Yeah, that's what it looks like. So
and then,
it is. Yeah.
And in this case, there was in one of the 3 or 4 of the episodes, had been a mass shooting in the city. So you can only imagine when that does happen, it overloads. Imagine what happened on 9/11. Not something that is common, but when it happens, it's just chaos. and it's amazing the miracles that end up being performed by the medical staff in an ER. It's incredible.
No, that absolutely true. And I will tell you that I have always characterized the emergency department as controlled chaos. And when you start to lose the control is when things really can hit the fan.
Yeah.
And what I have always instructed, people that I've worked with, people who worked for me, was that when those kinds of things happen, the best thing to do is to slow down.
Yeah.
And to let the processes that have been put in place over time carry you through the chaos. Trying to speed up and cut corners is actually where you start to miss things and cause actually more damage.
That is on HBO Max, by the way, and I think it's into its second season. It is. I found it something that's not for everybody because it is traumatic to watch. I mean, if you've recently had a horrible ER situation or experience, it might not be the show you want to put on your list for next week.
I would agree with that. I think that it is realistic. There is drama. Okay, so it is realistic to a point, and then there are points where it goes beyond that. But that's part of the fact that it is a television show and needs to keep the audience engaged.
Sure.
But the reality is, you are right. It is real enough that it can cause people to have, to remember things that they may not want to, have thrown right in their face. So.
Wild. It's incredible. So, as always, Doc, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much. We'll do it again soon. Thank you.
Sounds good. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day, and please be safe.
All right, Dr. Kent Hall. It's on HBO Max, or I could be wrong, but you might be able to find it on other places.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Well, I can't watch that.
No, you couldn't.
I couldn't watch that show.
If you have the blood, I mean.
I don't. I'm not a big fan of blood, especially nosebleeds. Long story short, when I was a child, my younger brother headbutted me in the nose, and it bled forever. And they used to tell you, my understanding is
he's a bleeder. We got a bleeder.
They've changed strategy on this, and it never made sense to me. Even as a kid, they would say, pinch your nose and tilt your head back.
Yeah, so it all goes in your stomach.
Yeah, and I would say, I don't understand whether tilting my head back or forward. As long as I pinch, I don't want to swallow all that blood. Anyway, I got really queasy from all the blood I swallowed, and a lot of times just seeing somebody with a nosebleed reminds me. I go back there, and it makes me kind of nauseous and want to pass out.
Yeah. I will tell you that I wrestled in high school, and the general practice was for bad nosebleeds, because you want to get them back out on the mat. But we went through that 80s period where AIDS became a real big issue. So blood was a really big problem during athletic events. But anyway, tampons.
Oh, I could see that.
Yep, totally. That's what was used on our team.
Wait, so Tim Walz was onto something.
He was, after all. All right, let me.
Genius.
Let me go to John Zogby. I want to completely switch gears. John, good morning and Happy New Year, and thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you, and Happy New Year to you, too.
Well, what do you think? We got a lot going on. I'm not sure that I could think of a president who has had such an active presidency in his first year as President Donald Trump.
He keeps throwing them up against the wall, seeing which ones will stick.
Yeah.
This is mania, is what it is. But obviously there are lots of implications here, too many, in fact, to discuss in a short radio interview. But let's put it this way. The easy part is over. Got rid of Maduro, okay?
Yeah.
And not much love lost there. We're going to have to see over the next few days where the army stands in Venezuela, where his Bolivarian security forces stand. If they want to resist, then what we're in for is a protracted presence there, which the president has kind of brazenly stated we're going to run Venezuela until there's stability. On the other hand, even though much of the world, including our allies, are taking a wait and see attitude about this, the fact is we just don't have a good record at all on nation building and occupying, and particularly, since Vietnam, it's hard to point to any successful long-term occupation that we've had. Now, a lot of folks talk about parallels, one being Iraq, of course. Saddam was a terrible person. Maduro is a terrible person. Getting rid of Saddam did not take all that much effort at all. However, we participated in the destruction of a loosely held together country. And Iraq is a failed state today. Somalia, Libya, those are failed states.
Yeah.
The flip side, we point to Panama, right next door to Venezuela. But the U.S., for good or for evil, had a long-term presence in Panama. Panama was our creation. We had many Americans living in Panama and a base of support that I'm not so sure that we have in Venezuela.
It is quite interesting because I do think that some of what the president has said during that press conference, Marco Rubio has kind of walked back. I also find it very interesting to watch the representatives, congressional Congress people, what their reaction is. And if you're a Democrat, this is illegal. This never should have happened. He should have come to Congress. However, if you're a Democrat in Miami, you have a completely different take on this, in that you're celebrating what just happened. However, I think Wasselman is the one I was watching yesterday. Comment saying, "Listen, but she has a huge Venezuelan and Cuban population there."
It's true. Political partisanship drives morality. We judge good and evil now today based on whether he's our guy or the other guy. But in this instance, I'm not going to say once to predict, but should this occupation go south, then that is a quagmire. And I recall in the early days after 9/11, I did some tracking polling as soon as we felt comfortable enough to be able to go on the telephones. And we asked if Americans would support a war on terror. And, 91% said they would. But what if the war on terror were to last 6 months to a year? It went down to 77%. What if it was to last 1 to 2 years? It went down to 57%. And I suspect I'd get the same kind of polling results today.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we got rid of Maduro. Now, how long is this going to take? Are we going to win it? Is our presence there going to make a positive difference, or are we going to be stuck there forever?
It is, it is, and even today with it seems like we have a shorter attention span today than we ever have.
Well, we do, and the president, and forgive me for the partisanship here, but the president now doesn't help matters, on Colombia, on Mexico, on Greenland. There's a larger agenda here. One could argue there's a smaller agenda here. Nobody's talking about Epstein. anymore.
Right,
That's the smaller agenda. But the larger agenda is mind-boggling. What are we talking about here? Reestablishing the United States as the dominant force in the Western Hemisphere, destruction of NATO. There may be merit to those arguments, but it's not to be decided by one man and Marco Rubio.
Yeah. I want to play you a clip. This is Stephen Miller on CNN. This is about Greenland, whether or not the administration would rule out military operation to take over Greenland. Here's a quick piece of audio here.
The United States should have Greenland as part of the United States. There's no need to even think or talk about this in the context that you're asking of a military operation. Nobody's going to fight the United States militarily over the future of Greenland.
Kind of makes you feel like we're just going to say we're taking it and don't get in our way.
That's precisely it. And if nobody's going to fight over Greenland, then what the hell do we want it for? Stephen Miller, that's a whole other show.
Yeah. You could do a whole show on Stephen Miller.
And then your thoughts on what all of this, everything that's going on right now, what it's going to mean for those who are running. I mean, this is going to be a very short year. We're going to see congressional commercials starting very soon. There are a lot of races coming up here for a midterm year. And what does it mean for Republicans and Democrats?
From the vantage point of today, Democrats win back the House, and they've got a shot at the Senate. But that's today. As we saw over the weekend, anything can happen. And as we've seen from, a very mercurial president, anything can happen at any time. So, all bets are off going all the way into November. But if you're going to run for Congress, my advice to you is you better know what the cost of bread, cost of eggs, the cost of meat. Better know, the price of gas at the pump, because otherwise you'll be out of touch. And Mr. Mamdani, whether one likes him or doesn't like him, proved that Americans are going to bond with someone who honestly addresses the chief concern of the moment, and that is affordability.
And then finally, I'll squeeze in, as long as we go to the Mamdani issue, Kathy Hochul, is there any serious threat that she's facing?
From the vantage point of today, no. Antonio Delgado appears to be in the long line of lieutenant governors who have broken away and challenged without a sufficient base. Right now, Kathy Hochul is popular enough, not wildly popular, but her numbers have been rehabilitated. She leads Antonio Delgado by over 30 points. She would have to completely and totally fall apart to lose the primary. And frankly, I think she has to completely and totally fall apart to lose in November.
Yeah. Interesting stuff. Boy, you just can't write this. You can't make it up. You can't write it. Who would write this script? I do not know. John, as always, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Anytime, Bill. Take care.
John Zogby from Zogby Strategies. I want to tell you that the Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills is the area's premier osteopathic medical clinic in 2026. 2026 is a big year, as they have now opened the door again to accepting new patients. It is the osteopathic approach, but they've added a new physician, Dr. Cheryl Mattern of Sequoia. They now have Dr. Mattern, Dr. Kosminski, Dr. Shemileski, Dr. Zielinski, and others, all under one roof, ready to take care of you, whether it's you're in need of a new family doctor or you're interested in OMT, osteopathic manipulation treatment, which I have done on a monthly basis at the Falcon Clinic. Kind of puts you in shape, makes sure everything's flowing properly. It's the Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills. Call 315-507-4751. Manaski does news, and we'll do Hobaika's free money question of the day. We'll do that coming right up at WIBX.
Whitesboro Central School District is looking for bus drivers to join their team now. Whitesboro is a leading school system in central New York with 7 schools, 3,100 students, and a 92% graduation rate. You can help drive our students' success. When you drive for Whitesboro, you get pay that's based on your experience, great benefits, a flexible schedule, and summers off. Call Andy at 315-768-9740 or stop by the garage, 20 Wood Road, Whitesboro.
Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
Possibility starts with the right financial solutions from AmeriQ Credit Union. Get started today at ameriq.org/possibility.
The Potting Shed Antiques in Whitesboro is buying silver, gold, gold-filled, vintage costume, estate jewelry, and U.S. and Canadian coins. They've been your hometown buyer for over 50 years. While other gold and silver buyers claim to offer the highest prices, the Potting Shed Antiques actually delivers. Let Don Hartman take a look at your individual pieces or your entire collection. The Potting Shed Antiques, open Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Please call ahead for an appointment. Visit thepottingshedantiques.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Sniffles and sneezes got you down? GoodRx is here to help with big savings on commonly prescribed cold and flu meds. GoodRx is free and easy to use. GoodRx is accepted at all major pharmacies like CVS, Walmart, and Walgreens. Just search your prescription, find a coupon, then show your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx is not insurance, but it works whether you have insurance or not. If you do, GoodRx may beat your copay price. Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com to save today.
What if 2026 could be the best year ever for your retirement? It can when you take control of your financial future with physical precious metals. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000 now and get your free gold rollover kit valued at $49 just for calling. More Americans than ever are discovering the power of rolling over a portion of their IRA or 401k into physical gold and silver. With a simple, tax and penalty-free rollover, you can add stability, security, and strength to your retirement. In times of inflation, uncertainty, or market swings, gold has been a steady, tangible, proven store of value. And in 2026, it could be the key to building the retirement you've always imagined. That's why so many people trust Advantage Gold, the #1 rated gold IRA company in America for 10 years running. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000 right now to get your free gold rollover kit. And let 2026 be the year you finally take control. Consult your financial advisor before investing. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000.
Hey, it's your radio buddy Jimmy Fallon, host of Fox Across America. We're talking politics, pop culture, and comedy, minus all the rage and finger-pointing. It's real talk for real people who just want to laugh, think, maybe learn something along the way. So join the fun, weekdays at noon right here on WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, Central New York's home for talk that's smart, honest, and just the right amount of crazy. Fox Across America with your main man, Jimmy Fallon.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-923-6829 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-923-6829. That's 800-923-6829. What do you have to lose? Call 800-923-6829. Again, 800-923-6829.
We have cloudy skies now down to 20 degrees. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaski. WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM news time is 7:39. Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado says she plans to return home soon following the U.S. removal of President Nicolas Maduro. Machado telling Fox News she wants to help dismantle what she called the criminal structures left behind by the Maduro government. President Trump, though, downplayed her role, saying the U.S. does not plan to help install her into power, and questioned her level of support inside Venezuela. Convicted January 6th rioters are planning to a return march to the U.S. Capitol, this time calling it a peaceful memorial. Former Proud Boys leader Enrique Tarrio says the group will retrace the 2021 route from the Ellipse to the Capitol to honor Ashley Babbitt, who was killed by police during the breach. Tarrio is among more than 1,500 people tied to Jan 6 who received clemency from President Trump on his first day back in office. Meanwhile, Trump takes aim at Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as Walz announces he won't seek re-election. He's accusing Walz and Congressman Ilhan Omar of allowing massive fraud tied to a child meal assistance program, calling Walz a corrupt governor. Walz denies wrongdoing. He says his administration acted to stop the roughly $9 billion scheme. As Trump insists, the full story will eventually come out. Bill, we end with two health stories here. A major shift in weight loss treatment rolls out this week. Novo Nordisk launching Wegovy in pill form. It's the first GLP-1 weight loss drug available as a pill. Will be offered to tens of thousands of pharmacies and select telehealth providers nationwide. And one more here, the CDC is overhauling its childhood vaccine schedule. The updated schedule is expected to resemble Denmark's, which recommends all children get vaccines for 11 diseases rather than 18. Senior health and human services officials said the changes are meant to restore trust in public health. But public health officials say major medical organizations are warning against this change. WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM news time, 7:42.
Winter weather advisory, Oneida County. That's later this afternoon through 11 o'clock tomorrow morning for mixed precipitation. So there may be some light icing in some spots and some slippery conditions overnight on into tomorrow morning's commute. Rain showers this afternoon with some spotty freezing rain, especially in the North Country. We'll be at about 34. Tonight, rain and freezing rain around as we drop to near 30 degrees, maybe a tenth of an inch of ice accumulating. Tomorrow, some rain and snow showers around. Eventually, in the morning, it may actually become all snow with a high in the upper 30s and then falling a bit. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stidgick, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Temps falling now, cloudy skies and 20 degrees.
All right, let's do Hobica's free money question of the day. Coming up in a second, we'll have Keith in from the Woodland Farm Brewery. They're celebrating an anniversary. Mark Butler, the mayor of Newport, coming in as well. He has a big debut this morning, and we'll talk about what's going to happen there. And Davey, Hobica's free money question. We're doing how much today?
$200.
$200, and you're looking for caller right now. Caller number what?
5.
Fifth caller right now. Your chance to win $200 right now at WIBX 315-736-0186.
Possibility starts with the right financial solutions from AmeriQ Credit Union. Get started today at ameriq.org/possibility.
Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
Sniffles and sneezes got you down? GoodRx is here to help with big savings on commonly prescribed cold and flu meds. GoodRx is free and easy to use. GoodRx is accepted at all major pharmacies like CVS, Walmart, and Walgreens. Just search your prescription, find a coupon, then show your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx is not insurance, but it works whether you have insurance or not. If you do, GoodRx may beat your copay price. Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com to save today.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Mattress Express's New Year's sale is on. Save up to $1,350 on New York State's largest selection of bedding from upstate New York's largest specialty bedding retailer. Go to mattressexpressny.com or call 1-800-NEW-BED.
Which room is next for you? The bedroom? Your kitchen? The living room? Hi, this is Kira Meelan from Meelan's Carpet One. What's holding back that next home project? Is it budget? We have flooring choices for any budget and financing options available. Maybe it's inspiration. If so, come and talk to our experienced design team. We're here to help you get unstuck. Maybe you're putting off redoing a room because you're worried about spills and accidents. Whether it's a pet in training or a growing family, we have flooring solutions that can withstand anything life has to throw at it. We have incredibly durable tile options and 100% water-resistant carpeting that's both beautiful and practical. We have options that inspire, designers who will help bring it all together, and always a beautiful installation. To get the perfect flooring, start with the right flooring store. Visit Meelan's Carpet One on Commercial Drive East in Yorkville.
Tallman's Tire and Auto Service, family owned and operated since 1980. Tallman's is proud to provide trusted, professional auto care to our community. From brake repairs and New York State inspections to check engine light diagnostic to four-wheel alignments, Tallman's Tire and Auto Service accept all aftermarket warranties, and they specialize in fleet vehicles, accepting all fleet maintenance programs. When your vehicle needs attention, you can count on them to get you back on the road quickly and safely. Save time and money. Schedule your appointment today at tallmanstire.com.
Get a smile for every season at Rosansky Family Dentistry. For crowns to veneers, we'll keep you smiling all year long. We're also excited to welcome Dr. Kataria to our team. With her arrival, we now offer Friday appointments from 8 a.m. to noon, giving you more flexibility for the care you need. Call us today at 315-732-1981 to schedule your visit. That's Rosansky Family Dentistry, 1 Paris Road, New Hartford. Find us on Facebook or online at uticasmiles.com.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, it's time for Hobica's free money question of the day. Every day at this time, we give somebody a chance by throwing out a question that's out there from the Hobica Law Firm. Joseph and Andrew Hobica at 315-724-1600 for all of your legal needs. And on the line right now, ready to take a shot at the $200 this morning, is Paul in Lee Center. Hello, Paul. Good morning.
Hello.
How you doing?
Okay.
All right. You know the deal. We're going to throw a question out there. You give us an answer. You'll have 7 seconds to answer. As long as you get it in correctly within 7 seconds, bingo, you win the $200. All right?
Okay.
Okay. All right, here we go. Paul, is this your first time playing the contest?
Yes, it is.
All right. All right, deep breaths here. Remember, get an answer in if you don't know and you want to guess. Just get something in. And remember, you only have 7 seconds. So, okay, here we go. Here it is. When it comes to land mass, what country is the world's largest? Ready, go. Anybody want to take a stab at this for Russia?
I think it's Russia also.
You guys are going with Russia. It is Russia, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The answer a lot of people would give would be China, but it is Russia. Yeah.
Also,
can we split the 200?
Yeah, you can. You come up with the 200 and you split it. That's perfect. Listen, Paul. This is what happens on this contest. When that TikTok crap starts going, it's just brutal. We're going to give you the all-in-one food and fun card. It's a $25 gift card. Good at Babes or Aquavino, Taylor and the Cook. You could use it at the Comets games, et cetera, et cetera. You could come in and do CPR on Mark Butler, who's choking on his coffee. Mayor?
Down the wrong way.
I saw that. You all right? Deep breaths. Deep breaths.
No, I'm good.
Okay, good. All right, Paul. And then we're also going to give you the Tidal Wave Auto Spa Car Wash in New Hartford. It's a $30 car wash. And stand by. Paul Davies going to hook you up, all right?
Okay, thank you.
All right, I'm glad you took a shot there, Paul. It is hard, though. What happens is you freeze. Or you drink your coffee and it goes down the wrong chute.
Anything can happen.
Yeah, anything can happen here. Everybody's good?
Is that what happened? It sounded like you had been sampling at a Bud Bar or something.
Well, I'm interested in getting some samples of Woodland here. It's
I hope it's not too early to drink a little bit.
No,
just a
we're
taste.
gonna try
not
a
for
little.
me.
Just a taste.
I don't want to speak for anybody else.
I want to thank my fill-in here. He's doing a pretty good
Is he doing
job.
okay?
Now you're
I
coming
hear
after
you
me,
doubled the
huh?
salary.
So for those before we had cut our deal with Manaski coming back, Mark was one of the fill-ins. Every day on Tuesdays, Mark would come in.
Yes. And your ratings went through the roof, as I understand it.
Was
His blood pressure went through the roof.
It was incredible.
Once I got him back up, he brought
the
first string back on.
That we brought in Manaski. In studio right now is Keith Redhead, as the owner and brewer of Woodland Farm Brewery.
Thanks
Keith,
for having me.
good morning. Yeah, I'll try a little bit.
Okay.
You got to.
Well, I'm on my first 24 hours of the holy blank. I can't believe the scale read that after the holiday vacation.
Yeah.
So I'm on a no carb.
But he can have beer.
There's no carbs in this beer. I took them all out.
No, you can tell there's no carbs in this beer. But I'll take a little sip because I don't think that's going to kill me. All right. So, by the way, meet Mark Butler. He is just down the road from you in Newport.
Not far.
We were chatting in the green
Nice.
room. Red room, blue room.
And Keith, tell us you have an anniversary here.
Yeah, it's our 10-year anniversary. It's hard to believe we've made it this far. So we've got a bunch of festivities going on. Some new beers. This one here I poured for you. This is a Half Moon Porter. Figure for 10 years, I can't put chicken riggies in a beer.
That's right.
Well, could I put it in a beer? So I brewed with some Half Moons, some chocolate and vanilla in the fermenter. So it's
I like that.
a Half Moon
You
Porter.
can really smell that vanilla.
You can smell it.
So that'll be on tap this weekend.
And so what is the I mean, obviously you came in when this was craft beer was really hot, and some say it's kind of dropped a little bit, but a lot of breweries like yours have not only survived but thrived, and you have here.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is you see some of the bigger regional breweries really struggling, but they've got to compete for distribution. They got to compete for shelves in the gas station, shelves at the grocery store. But it's the small local breweries that have a community around them.
Yeah.
That seem to be thriving even
They
today.
look forward to when you, just like with Saranac, they look forward to when you come out with something new. They're really excited about that.
Oh, absolutely. People love having new beers to drink.
And then it's become an event, a place to go and check out.
Yeah, we do music on the weekends. This weekend we've got music for the anniversary. Friday night, 6 p.m., we've got Remsen Social Club, bluegrass, kind of punk rock kind of vibe. Saturday night we got
I love that combination.
Tom Nitty and Ashley Nitty at 6 p.m. That'll be more country vibe. And then Sunday, wrap it up with some blues and with my boys and Uncle Charlie and the Meatballs at 2.
All right, love that. I'm
Very
gonna let
cool.
you. I'm gonna try this. Go ahead.
Do you have food?
Yeah, we do have food.
Oh,
we put
yeah.
in the kitchen. It's our second or third year open, so we've been running
That is
strong with
such
that.
an amazing. Like, this is something you would have, and you would sip and you would enjoy it.
Right.
Oh,
It's
sure.
really, really good.
And you can have it at 8 a.m. for breakfast.
You can. We're living proof of that. So
Now, you knew Keith here is the town supervisor, Neva, right?
I guess I didn't know that.
I am, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, see, being the former reporter, I got dug right
You're
into it.
all
I
over
got-
that. Yeah.
I know.
This is why you were on the backup team. He went and found somebody good.
Let me just ask you, just away from the beer for a moment. By the way, what's the percentage of alcohol in this?
5.8.
Okay,
It's not too bad.
No, not bad at all.
Give you a buzz in the morning.
It's
but-
breakfast. That's breakfast right there. I do want to ask, you guys have probably gotten a lot of snow.
Yeah, a little bit.
How are you handling that? Yeah, this is brutal.
Personally, I've had to fix the chute of my snowblower 2 or 3 times already. So it's just constant struggle.
It is it just seems like it's never ending. Like
Yeah.
even yesterday, it just snowed and snowed yesterday.
Yeah.
We didn't get a ton, but it
seems like every day at some point you get you get a half inch, quarter inch, an inch. You get somewhere.
And what is
aside from all the storms.
What is the town that's struggling today in your newscast? It's,
is it Sandy Creek?
Sandy Creek.
Yeah.
I think they got over 4 feet in the last couple of
and
days.
the supervisor there is like, look, or the superintendent. I think the superintendent is like, look, take it easy. We're doing the best we can do.
All right. Well, listen, I don't think this is going to end anytime soon in terms of the weather. So it's events like these that kind of warm you up on the weekend and give you something to do and check out. So
put the shovel down and come have some fun.
yeah, go. All right. Anything else you want to talk about that you guys are going to be doing as part of your anniversary? But even what do you have planned for the summer? Anything big that you're looking at?
Got some. Besides this beer, we've got some barrel-aged beers that I'm putting out for our 10-year anniversary. A couple blends of beers from our past anniversaries. So for the high-end aficionado beer drinkers, we've got some classy stuff for them, too.
Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah. Summertime, we do cornhole leagues, music outdoors, things like that. But always check us out on Facebook, Instagram at Woodland Beer. We've always posting our events and stuff there to follow.
And then when you say like the high-end beer drinkers, that's become a real thing. Like they'll go in and they'll spend some real money on a
those are my favorite drinkers.
You gotta love them on a bottle of beer because they're waiting for that release, and you have some of that.
Yeah, we've got a lot of those. And I also don't want to scare people off thinking everything I have is Half Moon and barrel aged beers. My favorite beer to drink is a lager. At the end of the day, I want a lager. I don't want to have to think about beer, so I've got plenty of those on tap too. Just easy drinking stuff.
Okay, we appreciate it. It's Woodland.
Thanks for having me in.
Check it out, and they celebrate 10 years. Any business in New York State that can say they're celebrating 10 years,
Yeah, really.
and still going strong is doing something right. So,
Congrats, man.
Absolutely.
Good stuff.
Congratulations.
All right, nice job. Thank you. Mark is going to in a little while. You're going to debut your commercial for the big event coming up at Waterfront Grill down in Herkimer.
Get close to your radio to listen to this.
I thought it was a song.
Finely nuanced. No.
So you know that every year they do for the conference championship they do a tailgate party, and they serve up what you'd expect at a tailgate party, everything but the table, where somebody comes crashing down on the table.
Well, we're trying to come up with something new this year.
Well,
That's a thought.
That could be pretty cool, and especially if the Bills could be in it. And I have some what Vegas is saying about that coming up as well. Nonetheless, your event every year they come up with a radio commercial that we air here that promotes the event, and it's usually epic. Like weeks and weeks go into the planning. Months and months. So we're going to debut that commercial coming up in a second. Stand by at WIBX.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Hurt in a car? Call William Attar. 315-444-4444.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-923-6829 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-923-6829. That's 800-923-6829. What do you have to lose? Call 800-923-6829. Again, 800-923-6829.
Don't overpay for your next mattress at Mattress Express. With our guaranteed lowest price program, we will beat any locally advertised price on a mattress we carry, and within 90 days of purchase, if you see it advertised for less, bring it to our attention and we will refund the difference.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, portions of the program brought to you by the Good Feet Store, and they're now open in New Hartford. They have a 3-step system, including strengtheners, maintainers, and relaxers. The goal is to get rid of the pain. 4630 Commercial Drive in New Hartford. Call 315-999-3910. It's the Good Feet Store in New Hartford.
WIBX Utica Road, W295 beyond. From the WB Payne Insurance Studios, your news talk leader since 1925. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now the latest from Fox News.
She is cheering the capture of Nicolas Maduro. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
January 3rd will go down in history as the day justice defeated a tyranny.
That's what Maria Corina Machado tells Fox's Hannity. She won the Nobel Peace Prize last year for her opposition to Maduro that got her jailed in Venezuela.
It's not only huge for the Venezuelan people and our future, I think it's a huge step for humanity, for freedom.
Maduro's jailed in New York City, due back in court in March.
That is arraignment for running a multi-billion-dollar narco-terrorism cocaine operation. The deposed president of Venezuela said in Spanish, quote, "I am innocent. I am not guilty. I am a decent man, and I am here kidnapped." His attorney, Barry Pollack, called the raid that nabbed his client an illegal abduction. But Attorney General Pam Bondi says it was not.
Fox's Eric Shawn. Congressional leaders got a briefing last night in private from the Secretaries of War and State and others on the operation that captured Maduro. And while Republicans call it justified, Democrats do not, wanting a vote this week on a bill to require President Trump to get approval for future military action in Venezuela. Here's Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer.
When the United States engages in this kind of regime change and so-called nation building, it always ends up hurting the United States.
Ukraine's president is in Paris for talks with the U.S. and our allies on security guarantees if there's an agreement with Russia to stop the war. But there's tension. European leaders back Denmark as the U.S. eyes Greenland.
Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen says she believes President Trump's ongoing threat to seize control of Greenland could have catastrophic consequences. The island is a semi-autonomous part of the Kingdom of Denmark, strategically crucial and mineral rich. PM Frederiksen telling a Danish broadcaster that if the United States chooses to attack a NATO ally, then everything stops.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage. America's listening to Fox News.
Welcome to the most wonderful time of the year, when millions of Americans open their credit card statements, scream in terror, and start looking for new ways to save money. If that's you, why not cut your wireless bill in half with a saver plan from Pure Talk? You'll get unlimited talk, text, and 3 gigs of high-speed data on a super-fast 5G network for just $20 a month. Ho, ho, ho. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team will help you switch in minutes. Again, talk, text, and data for just $20 a month.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-486-9600. That's 800-486-9600.
Minnesota will get a new governor next year. Tim Walz, a Democrat, says he will not run for a third term amid a federal investigation into multi-billion-dollar fraud allegations he says Republicans are playing politics with.
Every minute that I spend defending my own political interest would be a minute I can't spend defending the people of Minnesota against the criminals who prey on our generosity and the cynics who want to prey on our differences.
A lot of the fraud alleged in Walz's state is related to child care payments, and the Trump administration is freezing federal funding there and in 4 other states.
The freezes are in states all led by Democrats: California, Colorado, Illinois, Minnesota, and New York. They'll be cut off from around $10 billion in funding for the Temporary Assistance for Needy Families program, the Child Care Development Fund, and Social Services Block Grants. The freeze follows allegations of widespread fraud in Minnesota. A Health and Human Services Department statement says Democrat-led states and governors have been complicit in allowing massive amounts of fraud to occur under their watch. New York Senate Democrat Kirsten Gillibrand says this has nothing to do with fraud and everything to do with political retribution that punishes poor children in need of assistance. Chris Foster, Fox News.
The same day, a man was arrested by Secret Service accused of vandalizing Vice President Vance's home in Cincinnati, Ohio. There was drama in Arizona.
Multiple buildings in downtown Phoenix evacuated Monday after a suspicious package tested positive for explosives in the mailroom of the Arizona Supreme Court. The court was not in session at the time of the discovery of that package that contained multiple vials, 2 of which tested positive for homemade explosive substances. The package removed by a hazmat team and safely detonated. Police then conducted a sweep of the building, but no new explosives were found and no arrests have been made. Sue Guzman, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed, up for the NASDAQ, down for the Dow, which surged yesterday to a record high close. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
We have cloudy skies, 21 degrees. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaski, WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM. News time is 8:05. This news update is brought to you by CSEA. The CSEA community spans the state, yet CSEA unites your voice, one voice for fair wages, one voice for vital benefits and secure futures. CSEA, one voice for many. We are will be under a winter weather advisory. It takes effect at 4 this afternoon and will continue until 11 tomorrow morning. That's for Oneida and Herkimer counties, not Madison County. But we could get some mixed precipitation. The big concern here with this system, Bill, is ice. We'll get a look at your forecast coming up in just 2 minutes. Sadly, a local school bus driver has passed away, identified as a 49-year-old driver who worked for the Rome City School District. State police officials say the driver experienced cardiac arrest at the intersection of routes 31 and 365 in Verona yesterday. The bus veered off the road and came to rest in a snowbank. A second bus driver and a bus aide on board attempted to stop the bus and help the driver, administering CPR, but unfortunately it was unsuccessful. The Utica Zoo announcing the opening of a brand new exhibit. The zoo welcoming 2 female domestic yaks named Shaharia and Sonali, and they can be found within the Asian realm along the boardwalk. Officials say winter is the best time to check out the new exhibit because the yaks are used to weather similar to ours at this time of year. The zoo is open 7 days a week. More information at uticazoo.org. A Utica man will spend 5 years in state prison after he pleaded guilty to attempted arson for starting a fire at a convenience store in Oneida Square. The incident happened in January of 2023. No one was injured, but Ronald Rickard pleaded guilty to attempted arson and was sentenced to 5 years in state prison after appearing in Oneida County Court on Monday. A new report is out looking at the effect of Syracuse University on Central New York and its economy. Data commissioned by the school shows it generates a roughly $1.8 billion economic impact each year. SU was considered one of the region's biggest attractions because of its international reach and sports programs. Also, there are concerts held at the JMA Wireless Dome. It's estimated the school also supports more than 14,000 jobs. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time is 8:08. Here's a look at your Weather Center forecast.
Winter weather advisory, Oneida County. That's later this afternoon through 11 o'clock tomorrow morning for mixed precipitation. So there may be some light icing in some spots and some slippery conditions overnight on into tomorrow morning's commute. Rain showers this afternoon with some spotty freezing rain, especially in the North Country. We'll be at about 34. Tonight, rain and freezing rain around as we drop to near 30 degrees, maybe a tenth of an inch of ice accumulating. Tomorrow, some rain and snow showers around. Eventually, in the morning, it may actually become all snow with a high in the upper 30s and then falling a bit. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stidgick, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Cloudy skies and 21 degrees at 8:08. From the IBEW 43 local sports desk, 3 more coaches are shown the door. One of them, a shocker, at least in my opinion. The Las Vegas Raiders have the first overall pick in the draft, but
he has just been bounced around and thrown around. And
Pete Carroll?
Yeah, he's been everywhere. Didn't he coach for Syracuse at one point? No, never.
He was with Seattle for quite some time.
What,
Should have won
stupid?
2 Super Bowls there.
Yeah.
He's 74 years old.
The Jets?
Huh?
He coached it for the Jets?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
74-year-old was 3-14 this season. It was a surprise. He signed a 3-year deal. Not many expected him to be gone. The Raiders, though, are keeping their general manager, John Spytek. The Cardinals fire their head coach. Jonathan Gannon is out after a 3-14 campaign. And the Browns parting ways with Kevin Stefanski, as now 4 NFL coaches have been fired in the 48 hours since the season came to an end. One longtime NFL player could be taking his career in a new direction. Veteran Phillip Rivers, who came out of retirement to play for the Colts this season, mentioned he has not ruled out the idea of becoming a head coach. The Giants officially turning the page to next season, but keeping their general manager. Owners John Mara and Steve Tisch confirm Joe Shane will remain with the team and lead their next head coach search. That includes an interview coming up with former Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski. The Knicks were blown out by the Pistons last night, 121-90 in Detroit. The Nets will host the Magic coming up tomorrow night. The Utica Comets play at the Adirondack Bank Center tomorrow night as they look to extend their 2026 point streak. And Smitty, the Syracuse Orange are in action coming up later tonight. The opponent is Georgia Tech as Syracuse looks to build off their 9-5 record.
Yep, 7 o'clock ACC Network.
Thank you, buddy.
So I'm trying to think of who I was thinking about that was a Syracuse football coach. And the answer, I think, is Greg Robinson.
Yes.
He was back somewhere in between Pasqualoni and after Dick McPherson and all of that. Anything else? We're good?
Well, I think we have Gary the Brain Heenan, as he's known by his players. I have to tell you, though, the reason we wanted to, of course, we check in with the coach periodically, but again, I want to figure out what was going on in this game, the Saturday night game. It was
a
32 penalties.
This was an
32 penalties in 10-minute majors.
I like to call it was an emotional game. On the line right now is head coach Gary Heenan. Gary, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Coach, it was emotional. I mean, players get emotional.
Yeah, I mean it's Newman, and we've had a long history of them kind of not playing hockey the right way, and so I kind of liked our guys push back. You know,
I like that.
Yeah, we haven't played them in some time. It was a non-conference game. I had no problem with our guys defending themselves, pushing back. We did end up with 6 players each in the penalty box, 12 guys in the penalty box at one point.
Wow, at one point, not for the game.
Yeah.
At one point.
So 80 minutes and penalties each, I think. And it's amazing. I heard from, I don't know, a dozen or so fans via text on how much they loved that game.
Yeah.
You know, they're almost like we won a conference championship or something. It was kind of strange. But the old school hockey fans still love the dust-ups, no question about it.
Well, I got to tell you, I mean, do not let this go unnoticed. This is in the home of the birthplace, one of the arena birthplaces of the movie Slapshot. I mean, expect nothing less.
Yeah, that's it's funny you say that because it's still in our recruiting spiel as we walk guys around the building.
Oh, that's cool.
You know, as young guys, certainly every hockey guy's seen Slapshot, but it's starting to lose. Like they have to go out of their way to watch it. But what a great movie, and yeah, we're proud to play in this house. That was certainly one of a few that were filmed. But a couple big wins for us on the weekend. We've got to go on a roll here. I think we're heading in the right direction. We do have Saturday night at home versus Nazareth, who's 9-4-1, new coach, doing very well. It is First Source bring socks to the rescue for rescue missions in the area. So bring a pair of socks. But, a couple good wins for us guys.
Yeah.
We got some momentum right now.
Nice. You had said right around Christmas time that you were maybe adding a few players coming along.
Yeah, we did. We took Manhattanville's best player. He was an all-conference player last year, Nick Rogers. He's a 6'4" forward at 18 goals last year. He's going to give us a boost. And then we've got Russian-American Kuznetsov, and we were on him all last year. He went to a school probably not well known for their hockey, and he wanted to change the scenery. He was leading their team as a freshman, and he scored 2 goals in the last 2 games, a goal each. So he's given us an immediate boost.
Wow.
His dad is actually a New York Rangers scout based in Russia, although he was in the building this weekend, so it was nice to meet him. But both players giving us a boost. You're right. We needed a little add to our lineup, thinking we just weren't there. And fortunately, we were able to get a couple guys.
Coach, I didn't know you could do that midseason. Grab a kid from another program, a rival program, too?
Yeah, I think all rules in the NCAA are out the window the last few years.
It does seem completely new world, yeah.
Yeah, about 3 years ago or 2, they got rid of that. You used to have to sit a year with any transfer. And I remember, we had a defenseman we kind of liked, and he left and went to Nazareth, and the very first game after Christmas was versus Nazareth. And so you're playing against the guy that you were just practicing with a week before.
Wow.
And that's not ideal. I mean, I don't love that rule at all. The loyalty's kind of out the window. But for us, it's benefiting us right now.
Yeah. Well, listen, in college athletics these days, the loyalty is not plays no role.
The NIL came in, and D1 pays millions, and they said D3, you guys do whatever you want.
Do what you want.
Yeah,
Shuffle the deck.
I think the big news getter right now is the pro players. The D League players in hoops are now signing back in the NCAA. The East Coast Hockey League players in hockey are signing back in the NCAA. So it really is becoming like sign whoever the heck you want and get after it.
It's just crazy. All right, so you have obviously Saturday night at home and a lot of big games coming forward. And you had said you really felt like this team had what it takes. You said to turn things around, and it looks like that has been accomplished.
Yeah, we still got a ways to go. I mean, 15 new players with the 2 new ones, so the chemistry issues are there. We're starting to sort them out.
Yeah.
Do I think we can get there? I do. It's been a little longer process than we had hoped for getting there. But, still believing here. It's a single game weekend. Looking forward to hosting that.
All right. Okay. Think about it. It's the first week in January, and how quickly this moves. These next 2 months go very, very quickly.
Yeah, they sure do. Games every weekend. It's all conference games from here on out.
Yep.
So it's fortunately, everybody thinks we're having a tough year. We are 4-0 in our conference.
Yeah.
So if we can keep that going, we can hopefully get in this discussion about national tournament. We're not there yet, but hopefully we can.
All right. Gary, as always, we appreciate it. Congratulations on the melee over the weekend. A big weekend, I should say.
Right. Cheers, guys.
Thanks so much. I do think that hockey fans, I don't care how old you are or how young you are, hockey fans still enjoy a good slap shot moment.
Absolutely. And as I told you, even young hockey fans, my son came home Saturday night to report. Was part of our conversation
out of his
yesterday.
Mouth had to be, that was the best game I've ever seen.
Dad, it was awesome. There were 6 guys in the penalty box, and I thought he was exaggerating, or he was looking at the bench, not the penalty box. I'm like, what do you mean each team had 6 players in the penalty box?
Unbelievable.
He was pumped up.
All right, Mark Butler, the mayor, is up next, and we're going to talk about some really cool things happening at this conference championship tailgate party happening at Waterfront Grill in Herkimer in just 2 weeks. It's coming soon. Yeah, hold on. Go ahead. Your mic's on.
Oh, okay, thank you. All right, yes.
I'm going to break first, and then we're coming back. All right. So that's why I was doing that.
I had some.
Stand by. You had some profound things.
The profundities.
Save them. It's coming up next to WIBX.
Tallman's Tire and Auto Service. Family owned and operated since 1980, Tallman's is proud to provide trusted professional auto care to our community. From brake repairs and New York State inspections to check engine light diagnostic to four-wheel alignments, Tallman's Tire and Auto Service accept all aftermarket warranties, and they specialize in fleet vehicles, accepting all fleet maintenance programs. When your vehicle needs attention, you can count on them to get you back on the road quickly and safely. Save time and money. Schedule your appointment today at tallmanstire.com.
Want to make 2026 your year of adventure? Book that trip and learn a new language with Babbel. Go ahead, make a resolution you can stick to. Now is the time. Babbel's New Year sale is here. Unlock all of the languages on Babbel with the lifetime subscription for 65% off. Just go to Babbel.com and start today. Babbel teaches you relevant words and phrases, so you can start speaking with confidence in as little as 3 weeks. And because Babbel's bite-sized lessons fit easily into your daily routine and are easy to remember, you'll be talking like a local in time for takeoff. Dive into the world of language learning content with Babbel's videos, podcasts, and stories from around the world, full of culture bites and language learning tips. Turn your daydream into a destination this year with Babbel. But don't wait. This offer ends January 15th. Get Babbel's lifetime access for less at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Utica and the Mohawk Valley, Mattress Express's New Year's sale is on. We are upstate New York's largest specialty retail bedding store chain, and we have New York State's largest selection of mattresses. Listen to this. Save up to $1,350 on names like Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, Sealy, Purple, Puffy, the Smart Bed by Instant Comfort, Posh and Lavish, Therapeutic, Simmons Beauty Rest, Black, Serta, Eye Comfort, Avocado, and more. Take up to 5 years to pay with no money down for qualified buyers. No credit check payment plans available, and a large selection of spa-grade massage chairs. With our guaranteed lowest price program, we beat any local advertised price on a mattress we carry. 3 stores to serve you in New Hartford on Commercial Drive next to Pet Supplies Plus, in Oneida in the Glenwood Plaza by the movie theaters, and a new store in Rome on Black River Boulevard in the Black River Plaza. Call 1-800-NEW-BEDS or go to mattressexpressny.com.
Hey, Central New York, this is Will Kane of The Will Kane Show, and you can now hear my show every weekday at WIBX. I do things a little differently when I'm behind the microphone because I turn it over to the listeners to learn and really dig into the issues that impact everyday Americans. The Will Kane Show lets you keep ahead of the headlines and understand what's really going on in the world with in-depth discussions from leading experts and the brightest minds. From politics to sports, nothing is off topic. Listen to The Will Kane Show weekdays at 6, only on WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Joseph this morning. We watched the entire first season of The Pit. It was excellent. I highly recommend it. Man, it is good, and it's intense, Mark. It is emotional and intense and all of that. Some other comments. Let's see. Is this one I can use? Okay, I'm going to save that for tomorrow, Julie. Very nice. And since we're basically, this is Mike, taking over the Venezuela oil fields, we need to send Billy Bob Thornton down there from Landman to square things away.
He's our guy.
He would be our guy, right? That's another one they say you should watch. Are you watching that?
I have been watching that.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
The comment by Stephen Miller in Greenland is very similar, eerily similar to when Putin rolled into Crimea.
I was going to say the same thing. I was going to say the same thing.
I was trying to just figure that statement out, and I just can't. He was basically saying, of course it's ours. It's been ours since the very beginning. For God's sakes, we're a country that's 250 years old. Greenland has never been ours. I don't well, naturally, as you look at it, it belongs to us. I don't understand that.
Yes, that was a step too far. I don't understand why he said that. I've offered to write speeches for him, but they turned me down. He needs somebody to rein him in a little bit.
I want to bring in one of your favorites. Mark Butler came in this morning and said, one of my favorites on the show is when Lucia calls in. And she was at her best during the Christmas show, if you remember, back during Christmas time, because she was talking about the Italian traditions of Christmas. And she's on the line right now to say hello. Please say hello to Mayor Mark Butler, Lucia.
Hello, Mr. Mayor. Doing a good job.
Morning.
You're the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, good morning. And today it's the Epiphany.
What is the Epiphany today?
So I'm Catholic,
Yeah.
And so for the Catholics, it's the Epiphany is the baptism of the baby Jesus.
Oh, I did not know that. That was today.
Yeah. So it's big. I celebrate. Oh, my God, I'm so excited,
What? How do you celebrate the Epiphany?
Oh, first of all, I have to have, without a doubt, il panettone. You know what it is?
I don't.
It's an Italian cake. I
do know what that is.
Forever.
Yeah.
All over, and all over the world, really.
Yeah.
I bring you one, Bill. Love it.
You have brought me one before. They're very, very delicious. Yeah.
Yeah. You better find the right ones because they ship to America and it's not quite the same like in Italy.
Yeah.
So I got to watch for that, but I find it somewhere, somehow, So also I was thinking, Bill, when I called you before, I burst in and I was wrong. I apologize for that, okay?
Okay.
And suddenly I started to sing, and you thought, what the hell is she doing, maybe, But I was doing a singing, Tu scendi dalle stelle. It's a song of Pavarotti, Bocelli, everybody in the world singing.
Yeah, so we thought of, and that's what Mark liked so much. He loved the fact that you were singing.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, Mark, you don't like the way I was singing because it was ugly.
No.
My voice is weird and, stressed a little bit. Too much talk, too much stuff going on that I have to take care of. So, but when I sing, I forget my voice.
That's good. You just let it go. You let the inspiration take over.
Yeah.
And that's how it should be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just like Bad Bunny.
That's exactly right.
Right.
So I'll tell you, as you celebrate the Epiphany, every once in a while get an epiphany. My wife will just simply look at me and say, "What do you want? A sticker?" That's terrible.
Bill,
that's so
demeaning.
demeaning.
Celebrate?
So demeaning.
You celebrate, Bill?
Do I celebrate?
Celebrate.
Well, probably a little too much.
Yeah. Oh, no, not too much.
Not the same things you celebrate.
All right?
In terms of, I'm not Catholic, but my wife is. So.
Yeah, oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Lucia, we're moving.
Celebrate. But listen.
Yes.
Bill, can I sing this song with just 2 words, okay?
Sure.
It goes like this. Sorry. Tu scendi dalle stelle, o re del cielo, e vieni in una grotta al freddo al gelo. Oh, bambino mio divino, io ti vedo qui a tremare. Oh, Dio beato. Where's Father Sean?
I believe he's in Rome singing with you right now, as a matter of fact, singing along. All right, very beautiful. Very beautiful.
I say thank you to the mayor, Mr. Mayor. You're the best. Thank you.
All right, Lucia,
Happy New Year.
Ciao. Happy New Year. Whoops.
And I must say, we are moving toward an epiphany right here, the new commercial.
So
people are waiting with breath abated.
On the edge of their seats. So let's talk about what first, before we play it, what happens. Every year, you hold a really cool, along with Rocky and Barb Fiato from the Waterfront Grill, a very cool event. It's kind of for the conference championships. It's a tailgating party. What would you do before the game? You'd tailgate. You'd have sausage and peppers and hot dogs and burgers and chili and sometimes macaroni and cheese and all sorts of great stuff.
They cook up a lot of nice things. And I have to give a lot of credit to Rocky and Barb. They do a lot. They pay for the advertising, very expensive. They put out the meal. A lot of local businesses give us great prizes to raffle off. Rocky is donating some Buffalo Bills tickets.
So,
you're going to see a Super Bowl team next year in their new stadium. God, we should.
I'm going to go over the numbers with you in a second on this, but I want to tell you that these are, I believe it's 5 tickets. These are season tickets, but 5 tickets to a game next year in the new stadium.
Yeah.
And
That's awesome.
and you'll be able to put a bid in on those, and the profits will go to Real Men Get Tested.
Yes.
And then you have for other charities, because you have several charities.
Yes.
You have Giants tickets as
Correct.
well.
Yep, that's correct. We are.
They've been a charity since 2015, I believe. The Giants. That is
501c3.
Yeah. Well, and of course we have other organizations we're helping out: Little Falls Hospital, the Herkimer County Humane Society, and what was the other one? Heart Association.
The Heart Association,
and supporting the Heart Run.
And Real Men Get Tested.
Yeah.
So mixed in there as well.
But,
we appreciate that.
It's kind of funny the way it's worked out on the calendar, because I think you're just coming off that holiday high and you get to mid-January and you look at a long, cold, bleak winter ahead. And I think this comes at just the right time to kind of get you re-energized. It's a great party. It's a lot of fun. And
so
we get
can
a good
I
turnout.
also tell this story? Every year, Mark comes with Rocky to my house, and we record the commercial at my home studio. Now, really, it's in my kitchen. And do you mind if I reveal what happened this year?
Oh, no, I don't mind. It's
So
typical.
here we are.
It's typical.
Here we are. We're doing the commercial, and I listened back and forth between Rocky and Mark. And Rocky's like, you told me it was going to be Tuesday. I was ready Tuesday. And then you didn't even call me to tell me it wasn't. But he had left a note. You apparently left a note for him. Who leaves a note? I mean, you could have told me. So you got this back and forth. We finally get moving, and we do the commercial that you're going to hear in a second. And it's slightly edited. Very few edits in this. Because it's just so amazingly pristine what they do. Anyway, that about 2 hours later, we're like, okay, it's Mark says it's time to go. So I walked him out because it had been snowing and it was a little slick. I walked him out to the vehicle, and Mark goes to get in the car in your pickup truck,
and it's locked, and the keys are inside it.
What?
I don't even know how. I've always said Mark can pull things off that other people can't. This is one of them. Your car will not allow you to lock your keys in the car. Yours did.
The only time it's ever happened. I don't understand.
So is it an old truck?
No.
2018, I think.
Yeah. Shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
It must have been I don't know how it happened.
Some kind of sign from
so,
above.
So he's looking and he's like, I don't have another set of keys. So now they are stranded at my house. So the choice was I would take him to go get the keys, or we would call AAA. And the AAA option came in. But it was a busy day because there was some snow, and it took about an hour and 20 minutes for AAA to show up.
That's not that bad.
So how do you kill an hour and 20 minutes with those guys?
He was able to try one of the most amazing tequilas that we bought. So nonetheless, that was
It's a good thing I didn't do it before the commercial, I guess.
It is. That was a very fun afternoon.
Sounds like it.
I do what I can. I try to make it interesting.
And the locking the keys in the truck was
all
before
planned.
the tequila.
All planned.
It was before the tequila?
Before the tequila. Yeah. Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, are you ready?
I am ready.
So Mark always writes up a commercial and creates this little back and forth. And for those, Rock is a legend, especially not only up here, but in the valley especially.
Larger than life.
And
one year, was it Uduval? Was it something Oduval?
You've called him some very interesting names over the years. All right, here we go. This is the promo for the big event.
Dun, 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 dun.
Here it is.
Rocky, I never thought I'd ever be saying these words, but you look darn good in spandex.
Thanks. I just came from the gym. I'm getting in shape for the annual Heart Run and Walk on March 7th.
Really? I never thought of you as an athlete.
Come on, I've always been interested in sports.
Well, I guess I knew that, but I always thought it was because...
Speaking of sports, you know, the finals of the NFL Championship are coming on January 25th, and that means...
Tailgate Party!
That's right. We're again sponsoring the greatest football tailgate party from 1 to 5 on Sunday, January 25th at the Waterfront Grill in Herkimer. Join us for a buffet, drinks, great prizes, and a whole lot of fun for only $30 admission.
This year, we will benefit the Little Falls Hospital, the Herkimer County Humane Society, one of Rock's favorites, the American Heart Association, and the annual Heart Run and Walk on March 7th, and Real Men Get Tested. And Rock, might I suggest a wardrobe change and a nice sweatsuit for the Heart Run? Rocky, I never thought I'd...
Well, very nice job. By the way, I said, Mark, we have to make it 30 seconds this year if we could. You want to know what it clocked in at?
32?
No,
a minute,
a minute 30?
Minute 18. Minute 18.
That's like a minute 30, yeah.
Yeah, so almost 3 times the length that we wanted, but we're going to make it work.
All right.
We're going to make it work.
I trust you.
This is a great event.
It is.
And come on out, and it'll be the 25th. The 25th at Waterfront Grill beginning at noon. And
1 o'clock, 1 to 5.
1 o'clock, 1 to 5. And there will be a ton of items you can bid on, and that includes Giants tickets, Buffalo Bills tickets in the new stadium with good seats that are under the your
season. Those are season tickets.
They're season tickets, so they're good seats. So.
General admission.
All right, it happens on the 25th, 1 till 5 at Waterfront Grill in Herkimer.
And I want.
Okay, go ahead. I'll stop the break. Hold on.
Hold on.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And I want you two to know.
We're going to give you guys tickets half price to come in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Thank you. You didn't have to do that.
Oh, please.
I was coming anyway.
Please.
You could have charged me double. I'd still be there.
It's a charity. We're paying full price. None of that.
I'll speak for yourself, Bill.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Quick
Appreciate
break. It's 8:35 at WIBX.
This is Carla Hall for Eggland's Best. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, make sure you're choosing wholesome ingredients like Eggland's Best eggs to plus up your nutrition. With more than 6 times the vitamin D and double the omega-3s and vitamin B12 compared to ordinary eggs, Eggland's Best supports a healthy lifestyle. Available in so many delicious varieties: classic, cage-free, organic, free-range, and pasture-raised. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs. Visit egglandsbest.com to learn more.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/Mike.
Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
We have mostly cloudy skies, 21 degrees. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaski. WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM news time is 8:37. Maryland Democrat Congressman Jamie Raskin is out with a look at the aftermath of the January 6th Capitol riot 5 years on. The ranking member of the House Judiciary Committee looked at the 1,600 people pardoned by President Trump for their participation in the riot. At least 33 of them have been convicted, charged, or arrested for crimes, including child sexual assault, possession of child pornography, rape, and conspiracy to commit murder. Delcy Rodriguez is Venezuela's new president. The former vice president was sworn in Monday after the U.S. captured and removed President Nicolas Maduro to face criminal charges in New York. Rodriguez, an ally of Maduro, condemned the U.S. military action and referred to Maduro and his wife as heroes being held hostage. The CDC is revising the childhood vaccine schedule. The updated schedule is expected to resemble Denmark's, which recommends all children get vaccines for 11 diseases rather than 18. Senior Health and Human Services officials said the changes are meant to restore trust in public health, but public health experts and major medical organizations are warning against the change. A documentary on the making of the final season of Stranger Things is coming to Netflix. One Last Adventure, The Making of Stranger Things 5, is set to debut on Netflix on January 12th. And the Corporation for Public Broadcasting is no more. It was announced Monday that the board had voted to dissolve the organization, citing the loss of federal funding and sustained political attacks. The corporation had for nearly 60 years helped fund education and cultural programming and was behind many PBS shows like Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, Frontline, and Masterpiece.
Most of those shows, I know Sesame Street has moved to, I think, HBO or something, but most of their programming is going to, I think a lot of people have been laid off, but most of their programming will continue for now.
WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM news time is 8:40. Bill, we have a winter weather advisory that kicks in at 4 this afternoon. The issue, not snow, more so ice. Here's Ray Stajic from the Weather Channel.
Winter weather advisory, Oneida County. That's later this afternoon through 11 o'clock tomorrow morning for mixed precipitation. So there may be some light icing in some spots and some slippery conditions overnight on into tomorrow morning's commute. Rain showers this afternoon with some spotty freezing rain, especially in the North Country. We'll be at about 34. Tonight, rain and freezing rain around as we drop to near 30 degrees, maybe a tenth of an inch of ice accumulating. Tomorrow, some rain and snow showers around. Eventually, in the morning, it may actually become all snow with a high in the upper 30s and then falling a bit. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Right now, cloudy sky. Actually, the sun's trying to poke through. 21 degrees at 8:40.
The sun? That's shocking. That is, it looks like it is the sun.
Right ball in the sky?
Can you imagine?
That or an asteroid's coming at us pretty quick.
How little we see the sun during the months of like December, January, February.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Like yesterday, I had to turn lights on in the house yesterday because it was so dark and gloomy out.
Yeah.
But then it just started snowing, and then there was no sun. But nonetheless, here we are in the dog days of winter, if you can call it that.
Since Mayor Butler's in, can I get him riled up this morning?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure.
Yeah.
So the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, I just read that story, obviously, but they were behind shows like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And Mr. Rogers famously said, if you're a boy, you're a boy. If you're a girl, you're a girl. So isn't he like Hitler? So was the Public Broadcasting Corporation behind Hitler? It was a leap there. I don't know if everybody followed.
I'm not following that.
We're not going to follow you.
Sorry. Too many rabbit holes over the break.
He's poo-pooing. I don't know that.
Too many rabbit holes.
But
I don't know that Mr. Rogers ever said that, though, did he?
No, Mr. Rogers, there was a song. And he's about if you're born a boy, you're a boy.
Right.
If you're a girl, you're a girl.
Okay, yeah.
Now, in today's day and age, that would be considered
that was back then.
Horrific and offensive.
Now it's different, right.
And we would be, I don't know, doing something bad for sure.
Okay.
Well, I think Sesame Street was more educational, more entertaining than The View.
Well, it certainly
The View
is.
was never owned by PBS.
They're staying on?
Children's programming.
I'm afraid to tell you The View has nothing to do with this.
Smitty, get me another beer.
Oh, Lordy. All right, stand by. We're coming right back. There is an event coming up at the Comets game on Friday. It involves going to the game, enjoying the game, and bringing socks. And I believe you get to throw them onto the ice. We'll explain coming right up at WIBX.
Whitesboro Central School District is looking for bus drivers to join their team now. Whitesboro is a leading school system in central New York with 7 schools, 3,100 students, and a 92% graduation rate. You can help drive our students' success. When you drive for Whitesboro, you get pay that's based on your experience, great benefits, a flexible schedule, and summers off. Call Andy at 315-768-9740 or stop by the garage, 20 Wood Road, Whitesboro.
What if 2026 could be the best year ever for your retirement? It can when you take control of your financial future with physical precious metals. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000 now and get your free gold rollover kit valued at $49 just for calling. More Americans than ever are discovering the power of rolling over a portion of their IRA or 401k into physical gold and silver. With a simple, tax and penalty-free rollover, you can add stability, security, and strength to your retirement. In times of inflation, uncertainty, or market swings, gold has been a steady, tangible, proven store of value. And in 2026, it could be the key to building the retirement you've always imagined. That's why so many people trust Advantage Gold, the #1 rated gold IRA company in America for 10 years running. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000 right now to get your free gold rollover kit. And let 2026 be the year you finally take control. Consult your financial advisor before investing. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/Mike.
Tallman's Tire and Auto Service, family owned and operated since 1980. Tallman's is proud to provide trusted professional auto care to our community. From brake repairs and New York State inspections to check engine light diagnostic to 4-wheel alignments, Tallman's Tire and Auto Service accept all aftermarket warranties, and they specialize in fleet vehicles, accepting all fleet maintenance programs. When your vehicle needs attention, you can count on them to get you back on the road quickly and safely. Save time and money. Schedule your appointment today at tallmanstire.com.
Well, hello, this is Stephen. The other day I was boarding a bus and I slipped on the sidewalk by the busy corner. I broke my ankle and now I have to wear a walking boot. This is my message to Mayor Galimi. You keep saying you made Utica better. Something Mayor Galimi you promised to do. Well, I was walking on the busy corner sidewalk. I slipped on the ice and split my ankle in two. This ankle boot's made for walking, and that's just what I'll do. One of these days, this boot is gonna walk all over you. Yeah, can you say lawsuit? Well, hello, Bill. You keep saying the sidewalks are salted. I'm on the ground and I'm saying that ain't true. You said raising taxes would make us safer. Now I'm held up in my apartment, nothing to do. This ankle boot's made for walking. I might have to sue. Or maybe I'll limp to City Hall. Stick this boot right up your tooth. Are you ready, Mr. Mayor? I'm gonna start limping. Here I come. Yeah, can you say lawsuit? Well, hello, Bill. This is Stephen signing off.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Well, that's for you, Mark Butler, right there. Little some joy and happiness from Stefan. You know, Central New York has brutal winters. We've been experiencing it. Now we're going to get a whole new feel for it with sleet and freezing rain and all of that overnight. Lovely. New York Sash wants to help. Their buy two, get one free sale is on right now. Buy two New York Sash windows, get one free. It's the biggest sale of the year. Buy 10, get 5 free. Buy 20, get 10 free. There's no no limit to the savings. And we're talking about premium, energy-efficient vinyl windows that we have in our home, and it really does make all the difference when it comes to keeping the heat out in the summertime, the heat in the wintertime, and the noise out. It's incredible what these windows actually can do for your home, and they increase the value of your home as well. Stop by and take advantage of buy two, get one free at New York Sash, 349 Oriskany Boulevard, Whitesboro, or go online at newyorksash.com to schedule your free, no-pressure quote. New York Sash, let their family take care of your family this winter. And in studio is Ernie Tallarico and Joe Benson. Gentlemen, good morning. And I got you both in there. Good morning.
Morning, Bill.
Morning, Bill. Thanks for having us.
Okay, so this weekend, Friday, there's a Comets game, and it involves throwing things on the ice.
It does.
What an awesome concept.
Yeah, for
right?
sure. So it's our second ever sock toss. We did it last year. So when the Comets score the first goal of the game, fans will throw pairs of socks on the ice, and it's obviously it's kind of a unique game, and it's a great cause. All the socks will go to a bunch of local charities, local organizations for people that are in need of the simple things like clothing during the winter. Yeah. And Ernie can obviously speak to that, and his organization does such a great job with all that in Utica. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun game. 7 p.m. Friday against Syracuse. Tickets are still available, so should be a fun one.
I want to bring just this up. I am a nut when it comes to socks. Very particular. Number one, I was taught by actually Joe Habaika taught me this a long time ago. When I walked in and we were going to a nice dressy event, I was wearing a suit and I was wearing a pair of dark blue sock and a black sock. And apparently to everybody else but me, it was very noticeable. And Joe said the way you solve this problem is
turn the light on when you get dressed.
Can't do that in my house.
That would help.
Can't do that in my house. I walk around with a flashlight, for God's sakes. So Habaika said, I buy the exact same brand, the exact style, and always black. So if you lose one, you've got another one to match it. And it just works out that way. Okay, putting that aside, when I like the ankle type socks.
Yeah.
Especially
definitely.
for summertime, I wear shorts. Mm-hmm. So my wife had bought I don't know, there must be 50 of them. They're not the ones that disappear in the sneaker. They're the ones that come up about 3 inches, and to me they just don't have a good look. So I wore through them until I went and I bought new ones. So they're practically brand new, but they're not. Long way around to get to this. Do they have to be brand new, or can they just be in really good shape?
You want new. Yeah, I mean, obviously, but the rescue mission, we take gently used clothing.
You would as well.
We would take that.
Because I would just fill up a bag and throw the whole bag onto the ice. There'd be like 100 socks in there.
Will some of them have holes in them, Bill?
None of them.
None of them?
No.
Okay.
Maybe only worn once.
Yeah. And thanks for the fashion tips.
You're right.
That
is a good tip.
That's a great theory because I'm always looking for that sock. There's always one sock missing somewhere. But when you get down to it, we take gently used. I think the
but here Friday night we want used.
We want new socks.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be new socks. Yeah. But as a whole, the rescue mission does take gently used clothing. But getting to socks, as Joe had mentioned, it's so important for the people that we serve to have the basic needs, and one of those basic needs is socks, especially in the winter, to stay warm.
And here I am talking about, I don't like these socks because they come up about an inch too high. There are people that they don't have new socks.
Correct. And I remember
clean socks every day to wear.
That's right. One of our former shelter directors, he's passed away now. His name was Edgar, and he served at the rescue mission for several years. He was homeless at one point, and one of his biggest things when guys came into our shelter, he would have a whole bin full of socks, and he said, it shows them dignity and that we care about them, because people would come in, and they still do, with sometimes no socks, wet socks. And you think about it, medically, they say if your feet are warm, your whole body's warm, correct? So a lot of times people will come in really cold, and to have fresh new socks.
There's nothing worse than the wet. You've been out and you stepped in something and you got wet socks. There's nothing worse than that.
Exactly.
But when you don't have any other choice, what are you going to do?
Correct.
And Joe, so how will it work? Just like the teddy bear toss?
Yeah, similar idea. So once the Comets score that first goal, fans will unleash the socks. We'll bag them up, and they'll go to all the foundations and charities that are participating in this game. So
now I do know that when Gary Heenan was doing first launched this, we've been with him since the very beginning of the teddy bear toss, and they had to get NCAA approval. What do you have to do? I mean, because you're really interrupting the game here.
Yeah. I believe there's some league approval behind the scenes that's going on, but we're approved. Ready to go.
And then not a pair of. I mean, you can bring a pair of socks, but a bag is. You can get a bag of like 16. And they even sell socks, believe it or not, at the dollar store. You can get some great deals on socks. So you could end up with a lot of socks here.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And they will go to very good use. I know we're so thankful for the Utica Comets, the Save of the Day Art Foundation, and First Source Credit Union as well. They've all really come together to collaborate to do this. And this is the second year, as Joe said, and we're very thankful to be the recipients of some of these socks that will go right to our local community and keep the people in our community warm.
Anything else you want us to know, Joe?
No, just like I said, tickets are still available Friday night, 7 p.m. against the Crunch. So it should be a
good game.
Should be a fun one, and just make your way out.
What is the Comets' point streak at right now?
2.
It's just 2. Okay.
Yeah, so
they lost to Belleville to end the season.
Yes, to end the calendar year. Yeah, but really great weekend of hockey in Laval this past weekend. 3 points out of 4. Yeah.
So and things have really come around, and I think you're looking at really, and even when we weren't winning, it was real. Every game was competitive.
Yeah, it's been that way for you take out that Belleville game, which was 7-0 obviously, but you take that out. I mean, they've been pretty much all 1-2 goal games.
Yeah.
So they've been in every single game. We pretty much outshoot our opponent every single game. It's almost we didn't this weekend, but the team's been playing well, and we've battled some injuries. We've had a lot of guys called up. We're getting guys back now, but I think that this was a good weekend for us for sure.
Okay, Manaski, explain to him what we heard this morning on from Hershey. And the announcer.
It was a terrible call.
So, and it was they were doing their own teddy bear toss.
Yeah.
Right.
Are you familiar?
Yes. Yeah. They do a big one.
Yeah, they got 82,000 bears.
82,000. I mean, it's pretty impressive. But
I thought this guy got too creative for his own good.
Here's the call. Does he have headphones? Can we get him some? Oh no, they're not plugged in, or are they plugged in? No. Oh, Madonna me.
I got mine here.
Okay. All right, just listen to this. I want you to hear this. Pull it over there. Get those as close as you can. Yeah, right to the mic. All right, here we go. Here's audio. Oh, boy.
To the line, Belpedio shot. They score! Sweet cuddly mayhem! It's a sky full of stuffies! It's the teddy bear.
Sweet cuddly mayhem.
Please tell us you would never make a call like that.
Sky full of stuffing.
I mean, it's time.
I don't think so.
It's time to rip on your competition out there. Come on.
I know Zach. He's the one that made that call. He's a nice kid. Hershey will be here. We should have him in studio. Hershey will be here in end of January. So maybe we can have.
We can all get.
Maybe you can give him your thoughts.
We're gonna get him in studio and throw stuffies at him.
I know. That's what we should do. We should pelt him
with stuffies,
with brick teddy bears for that call. No, I'm kidding. Nice job handling that, by the way, because you know who he is and he's in the league. So good job with that.
I had a feeling you would know.
I'm pretty simple. I don't know if I would.
Sweet,
have you planned out? I mean, clearly he planned that out. Like, I can't wait for the first goal. Why? Because the teddy bear is going to be tossed? No, because I get to say sweet, cuddly, whatever the hell.
Sweet success.
Sweet success.
Success.
Oh, very good.
Like that.
Very
I
good.
like it. Leave it
Very
to Mark
good.
Butler.
Yeah, there you go.
That's an option.
Why do I think Joe Benson just said that's an option but won't be using it Friday night?
We'll
have
see.
you thought about what you're going to say?
Not yet, but I need to.
Don't script it. And if it's scripted, just make it sound natural.
Yeah.
But the mayor here writes his own commercials. I don't know if you know.
Oh, he does. He does.
We just played it a few minutes
He does
ago.
enjoy writing other people's. So if you're interested, he's
right.
available. So, all right, it is.
Comets are home tomorrow night, 7 o'clock at Springfield.
Yes.
But the sock game
Is
Friday night at against Syracuse.
And Joe, thank you for Ernie. Thank you for what you do. And
Thank you,
Joe, I cannot wait to hear what the call is on Friday night.
Stay tuned.
So, all right. All right, gentlemen, nice job. Mark, do you want to
Thank you.
add anything
Thanks,
on Manaski's mic there? Anything you want to add?
No, I'm set. I appreciate the time that you gave us to
Big event coming up, Waterfront
promote our
Grill.
event. Yeah.
On the
Thanks, and
25th.
for being a part of it.
From 1 till 5. We're excited. And thank you for including Real Men Get Tested for Cancer because it's pretty important. Thank you. All right, I want to tell you the Move. Let me start this over.
Yeah.
The More to Move You sales event is back at Steep Pawnee Mazda. Save on new Mazda leases or enjoy 1.9% APR financing on new 2025 Mazda CX-70s, CX-90s, 5s, and CX-50s with 0.9% on new 2025 Mazda CX-5 and CX-50 turbo models and 2.9% APR financing on new 2025 Mazda CX-30s. See Rick or anybody at the dealership for details. It is their More to Move You sales event, and it is back. Just go to Rick and let him know you're looking for a vehicle, and he will have you covered. Again, it's Steep Pawnee Mazda, Commercial Drive in Yorkville. Let's make your deal at Steep Pawnee Mazda.
WIBX Utica Road, W295 From the WB Tate Insurance Studios, your news talk leader since 1925. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now the latest from Fox News.
Democrats still oppose what President Trump did in Venezuela. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
The Venezuelans and the world are better off without Maduro.
But Democratic Senator Jeanne Shaheen just told Fox there are a lot of questions still about the U.S. operation capturing Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro, who pleaded not guilty in New York yesterday to narco-terrorism and other charges.
This was not regime change. We haven't seen the people around Maduro have been removed or that they're going to behave differently. So that's the question. What's going to happen next?
Republicans back what the president did, with House Speaker Mike Johnson saying after congressional leaders got a private briefing from the Secretaries of War and State.
The U.S. military operation in Venezuela was a decisive and justified action.
But Senator Shaheen and some Republicans worry about the U.S. going into Greenland next.
Needlessly dangerous. That's how the bipartisan Congressional Friends of Denmark caucus describes discussions of annexing Greenland, an idea pushed by President Trump from the start of his second administration. They argue Denmark has been moving in lockstep with the U.S. in Greenland for decades by accepting every request to increase a military presence to deter Russia and China. The president has shown an interest in the island for defense reasons and its natural resources.
That's Fox's Ryan Schmelz. Opening statements are coming this morning in Texas, and the first trial stemming from the Uvalde school massacre.
Adrian Gonzalez is charged with 29 counts of child abandonment or endangerment. The former Uvalde school police officer was one of the first officials to respond to the 2022 mass shooting at Robb Elementary, where a gunman killed 19 students and 2 teachers.
Fox's Kristen Goodwin. It took law enforcement over an hour to go into the classroom to kill the gunman. President Trump just posted on Truth Social a fraud investigations begun in California, calling that state more corrupt than Minnesota, where there are multi-billion-dollar fraud allegations. The Trump administration is freezing some funding to California and Minnesota and 3 other states run by Democrats, Colorado, Illinois, and New York. America's listening to Fox News.
Welcome to the most wonderful time of the year, when millions of Americans open their credit card statements, scream in terror, and start looking for new ways to save money. If that's you, why not cut your wireless bill in half with a saver plan from Pure Talk? You'll get unlimited talk, text, and 3 gigs of high-speed data on a super-fast 5G network for just $20 a month. Ho, ho, ho. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team will help you switch in minutes. Again, talk, text, and data for just $20 a month.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck